What's going on, everybody? I'm going to fly solo for a few minutes until Chad gets his shit together. He's having camera difficulties, so I'll keep peeking over to see if he's backstage, and I'll pull him in. But how is everybody? Better brighten up my screen so I can see you. Real quick, I'll just check out who's in here. Fly Zone Drones, JC Flying, how you doing there, John? Michael, how you doing? Matt, hello, Gene. Thanks for joining us. You're at work and you're just gonna be keeping an eye on us. I appreciate you taking the time, buddy. Dave Reynolds, how you doing, pal? And why is it? Oh, and then Thomas Baker, how you doing? Alexandra, Don, Little Mountain Life. Hey guys, Tampa Drone Life, how you doing? A lot of people popping in here. And Marcel, how you doing there, buddy? And Guido, Joe Powers, Matt, I think, yeah, I got you. Hubsan Choice, howdy, howdy. And Victor West, my buddy from Sheets. How you doing, Victor? This is actually one of the guys I work with at Sheets. And he's stopping in to spy in on us, so give him a shout out. And Nick Olson and Just Kicking It. Hey, Just Kicking It. Chad's having some serious technical difficulties with his camera. So it's just me right now, and it looks like he's not backstage, so it might just be me for a little while. But yeah, we're going to talk about the Battle of the Mini Drones. This whole thing, if you've been watching my channel, I've been staying on top of it and putting out stuff as often as I can. I'm not trying to be that breaking news channel that we're used to, where you get a lot of rumors and things like that. I'm trying to give you guys facts and comparisons and things like that. So that's what I've been doing. And then each video I put out from there on will be like a part 2, part 3, and so forth. So whenever I'm doing these videos, if it's like, say, a part 3 and you see, well, he's not really talking much about the camera, he's not really talking much about that, I'm only giving you the latest and greatest news. So all that other stuff starts from part 1, 2, 3, and so forth. So like part 1, I did all the comparisons between DJI Mini, FIMI X8 Mini, and Hubsan Zino Mini Pro. And then from there, just talk about stuff as it pops up. So, oh, I see Chad's finally in the background. Okay, so we'll drag him in here. But just to finish out my little intro here, one thing I'm doing differently is for these live streams, I'm not doing any monetization whatsoever. So we can say beep, shit, damn, and all that stuff, which we can anyhow, but this way it's 100% adult. Say what you all want in the chat, be respectful, but you can talk like big boys and girls. And then same thing goes for my videos. The rest of my videos on my channel, I'm not monetizing during the video. So you're not going to get interrupted in my videos and have an ad pop up. It's only at the beginning and the end, and you might have one of those little things you can X out at any time at the bottom. So my screens on my videos are going to be uninterrupted from here on out. So let's bring in the man and see if everything is working. Mr. Chad B, come on in.
Hey, what's happening? What's going on,
brother?
What's happening? You can hear me? Everything's good?
Yeah, I can hear you, see you. And what was your problem?
It was my camera. It wasn't working right. So I had to disconnect from my Mac and then hook up my PC real quick. My laptop. For some reason, I don't know why it wasn't picking up my camera. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just, I don't know if you could hear me and any of that. I just gave a brief little intro, just saying hey to everybody and explaining that we're not monetizing this. Everybody can talk like sailors and enjoy themselves. And I don't know if, I guess you really can't tell. It doesn't say anything on the screen, but you guys let me know if you notice a difference, because this is now the StreamYard 1080, not 720.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, the screen. I clicked on the free trial thing, so
Okay.
see if the image looks any better or not. I feel like I'm always so much freaking higher than you. Balance this out here a little bit, buddy.
Yeah, I got my thing sitting up on the desk on a Gorilla Pod, so it's kind of
there. We're kind of level now.
It's kind of looking up at me.
I don't like everybody looking up at my ceiling, though. I'm ruining the show worrying about this. Sorry, everybody. Okay.
So I'm trying to.
You need to work out some stuff?
Yeah, just
okay.
Trying to get this chat going, or get the chat up and everything. So
just tell me when you're ready to go full boat here. And
okay.
yeah, like about almost 40 people in the house early on. That is
really?
great. Yeah. I mean, everybody
Nice.
just kind of jumped in here. This was all totally last minute. Chad said, "Do you want to do a live?" And I said no. And then he begged me, and I said no. And then he cried, and I said okay. So
okay.
I'm a sucker when he starts crying. So, and he does that a lot. But yeah, we're going to be talking about the minis, of course. The title of this live is Battle of the Minis, or the Mini Wars, Mini Drone Wars. So, of course, that is good old, which you really can't see. I don't think you can see him hanging up there on the wall. No, he's not even up there. He's in his case. The Mini 2, DJI Mini 2. Let's say DJI Mini and DJI Mini 2. That's what everybody's going after. That's who started this whole sub 250 thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we all know this, and so of course the topic is what we have out and what we're being promised. We have the FIMI X8 Mini, and then we're being promised this wonder drone from Hubsan, and you guys should really be very proud of me, because if you've been watching my videos, I have been very good. I have been such a good cheerleader on this Hubsan Zino Pro. Where I'm not saying what I really want to say yet, but just stay tuned, because you know it's going to happen. And I mean, I can make some hell of a bunch of predictions right now, but that's just not fair. So because then I become the Hubsan basher. So we're just going to remain the Hubsan cheerleader right now, but that's one of them. And that's what this is all going to be about for a while now. We're going to have this, I think, because we have no release date on this damn Hubsan Zino Pro. Mm-hmm. But just to give you a little rundown on bullet points here, Chad, I've already done my little intro portion. I'm going to give you your shot, and then I just did a brief mention of these models that we're going to talk about, and that DJI, kind of start out DJI being the top dog. And then we can, segue into talking about the Zino Mini Pro brief. Keep that one brief, just because it's nothing in front of us, really. I think the big focus right now should be FIMI, because it's out and it's present.
Yeah.
And then from there, we'll talk about some FIMI videos and reviews, and I got a very not important. I want to call this important, something else. Have you seen if Drone Syndrome's in the house? I mean, given his hours.
No, I haven't seen.
He probably won't, but
here.
Drone Syndrome shared something, and we'll call this breaking news. We'll call this a breaking news email from FIMI. That's actually pretty shocking if you read into it, about the FIMI X8.
No, go ahead.
It's something he shared, and I'll explain where he shared it and all that when we get to that portion.
Okay.
And then I want to talk about something you and I briefly talked about today when we were yakking it on the phone, is active track, like what the F,
Yeah.
active track, and we'll get into why I say what the F on that. So, and then I'll go. I want to also, when we get into talking about the reviews and videos and stuff, I'll give some shout outs to some channels. A lot of these are smaller channels, and just kind of tell people what I've been watching anyhow. And I think I've watched every single FIMI X8 video there is out there, because I am dead focused for this crooked horizon and vignette look, or what is it called?
Vinaigrette.
Vignetting, or whatever he said.
Vignetting.
Vignetting. Which I'll fess up, I've made that mistake too. I made it in front of Chad once. This was like almost a year ago maybe, but I've learned my lesson on that one. I won't say that again. But so let's go ahead and just jump right into hey Chad, how you doing? What you been up to?
I'm good, man. Before we do that, have we done the roll call yet or anything?
Yeah, I did, but it's grown since then. I mean, now we're at 44, and I think I was probably at about 30 when I did it. And I can, if you want to jump into saying hey, I can.
Okay. Yeah, because a lot of people
tell you where I ended.
Yeah. So a lot of people saying hello. So, I can't type that fast. So,
well, so many people, I think even more than normal, are saying hello, Chad, because your ass was late. And
yeah, sorry about that.
They were stuck with me.
How's my audio anyway? Is it okay?
Fabulous. How's mine?
Okay. Yeah, good. Great. So, Fly Zone Drones in the house. We got JC Flying, Michael Blaze, FPV. We have Matt, what's it, Bagwell. Who else we got in here? Gene Fox, Green Mountain Droning. Mike B, a.k.a. Drone Ranger. Did he change that?
No.
Or is this a different Mike B, right? Because I remember there's a Mike and his kids, something like that, right? Is that something different?
That was in the foster kids, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is somebody else.
David Reynolds, we got JC Flying. I already said that. Little Mountain Life, what's going on, Don? Was it Tampa Drone Life?
Tampa Drone Life.
Oh, Tampa Drone Life. I saw R in there for some reason. Thomas Baker. I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's Gaudo. Do you see that there?
Guido.
Oh, Guido. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's how you spell it. All right, Guido. We got Marcel Demmers,
Correct.
Joe Powers, and Hubsan Choices in the house. Victor Weiss.
That's my co-worker.
Okay. Thomas Baker, Nick. What's that last name? Osei.
I'm not there.
We got Corey in the house, just kicking it. Dave Cunningham, Mark Trotter, and how do you pronounce? I know
where you're at.
Yeah. How do you pronounce?
Starts with an A.
Yeah, I always get it wrong.
Yeah, I'm going to give it my shot, and I'm sorry. Anybody that whenever I butcher your name, which I am the worst at this. And Victor West, if you're still watching, your brother Kevin gets on me all the time for how I talk. I stand out a little bit sometimes here in Pennsylvania, but Akrasho.
Yeah, Akrasho. That's what I'm going to go with too.
I'm sure there's more than one thing that's silent there, probably. But I'm very sorry. But thank you for coming. And you're somebody who you comment in my videos, and I respond back and forth with you. And I'm sorry. I don't. If you want to put it up there, type it how it sounds, how it should be pronounced, then that'd be great.
Dronography. We have Jason. Yeah, go ahead.
I like that name, Dronography.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Jason Simpson, Alexandra.
50 people.
Yeah, we got a lot of people. Wizard Ortez. Who else? I think everyone else. Mike Kinney. And I think
Good old Mike. Good old Mikey.
we have Fabian here, Geraldo, and we got HD. Was it HDI 4EVA? I think he's from Germany.
Yeah.
So he's signing on from Germany. And then
Yeah,
I think
he's a regular. Been a regular for a while.
Yeah, for a while. So, yeah, sorry about the slow roll call, but some of these.
All right. So now the one question I was going to ask is now I can tell. Now I know. I see Sergio is in here. I never know which is which on Fly Zone drones. So since we have Fly Zone drones in here and Sergio, now I know who's who.
Oh, okay. Did I miss his name?
They're side by side. They said, "Great crowd tonight, Chris," and then, "Hey, JC," blah blah.
Okay, cool.
They're talking
Sergio,
in the chat. Yeah, 54 people in here. Wow, we really better put on a good show here, Chad, because this is actually pretty damn good. Honey, get in here and take your clothes off.
Michael Todoroff. I forgot his name too. Can't leave you out too, Michael. But yeah. So yeah, let's get on with the topics.
Yes. Okay. So went over the brief model mentions. We all know the three dogs we're talking about here. With the top dog being the pack leader, DJI FPV. Of course, that is DJI Mini and Mini 2. And one thing I would like to just kind of add is I feel like DJI Mini, the original Mini, is the more compatible one to compare to. Not the latest and greatest Mini 2, just if you go by price.
Yeah.
There's not a huge price gap there, but the original Mini, of course, is closer in price. And now that we're seeing the price hiked up on the FIMI X8, which is, Chad?
How much? Are you talking about the cost?
Yes, the base standard cost.
Oh, I believe it's what is it? $499? No,
$399.
$399. There you go.
$399, and now we can go. You can go to AliExpress. You can go to Banggood. You can go to Geek Buying, I think, and you can start seeing it. And there is a 3 battery package with a case, and it's a case like the style case that you guys know I like. It's kind of like the drone pit stop style case, which is those are great cases. But that one's going to take you up with the 3 batteries. That's going to put you at $550.
Man, it's crazy.
So remember that price tag right there. And there's some that are even higher. And there's some that say $999 just because they're not. I don't know why they do that. Like Banggood will do this $999. AliExpress will do it. And it's obviously you're not going to buy it. You can't buy it. It's not there. They're out of stock. But they put whatever price it's going to be because, say you're a first timer and you stumble across this and you see $999. Well, then that just pushes you away, and then you go off and you might purchase something else. Where if you saw the exact price and you're like, you know what, I'm okay with that. I'll come back when this thing is available. Why they do that? It's kind of a deterrent. It's silly. But that's how some of these Chinese companies are. Their decisions, I don't get it. Now Chris is out of focus. Yeah, I am. Yeah. There we go. Here we come. Woo! Thank you. I looked up at the right time. Thank you, buddy. It's because I had my head down and that auto focus, it's following me. And, I'm on this new camera and how much I love settings. So I don't know what to do with this thing.
we're both running M50s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The M50 mirrorless, and I'm at 1080 30. Where are you?
1080 30.
Okay.
ISO 200, 250.
I don't know. I don't know where I am. I don't know.
But yeah. So yeah, I think this first batch is just a money grab so they can develop the next part of the let's see if you find that. Okay. Yeah. so they can
These
develop
cameras
the other.
suck.
Yes, I know. Yeah, but
As far as the were you talking about the purchasing of them? Were you getting into the batching?
yes.
Go ahead and finish up what you're saying there.
Yeah, I was just saying this first batch, as far as with the regular battery, not the Pro battery, but the regular battery, yeah, the standard battery. I'm thinking, they're trying to build up enough revenue to start, manufacturing the other stuff, or maybe I don't know if they haven't finished testing, the batteries, the Pro batteries, not knowing if they're good or not. Because, I guess these batteries, this whole battery thing is a kind of touchy thing because they have to be right, because these things can just blow up any second if they're not, made right or developed right, whatever. I'm not a battery guy, but I know they do blow up as
yeah,
if they're not good batteries.
Well, I mean, usually that's like if after a swelling issue and they're exposed to air. Air is the killer for a LiPo battery. You puncture that, you better chuck it and run, because it's just going to go poof. But I mean, we're talking about a 2-cell LiPo here. I mean, this whole thing is just boggling how it's taking so long, and you just don't start there. Like, why the hell are you not starting there? And like I said in my last video, this is the sub 250 market right now. The FIMI X8, you're not a sub 250 market. You just can't be counted as a sub 250 market on the promise of a 240. What are they? 247 or I don't know. I think it says 249. I think, but I think somebody did have a video. There's a few people that had a video, and I'm going to talk about some of that, but. That said how much it was with the Pro battery. Okay. But yeah, that is the biggest thing with that. But let's hold off there. Okay. Get into this Zino Mini Pro real quick, and let's just make that one real brief and jump off the boat after that. Okay. So, because you and I really have not talked much about the Zino Mini Pro together, as far as what we really think of it and all that. I'm not going over every single spec on this thing because we don't have time for that, guys. This thing is like the mother of all minis on paper, and then you just find out more and more, which I that's what I presented in my last video, was just the little extra things that it had, like, having the spotlight like the DJIs have when you're flying at night, a little alien ship type light. Looks like, a UFO landing in a movie, to find your apron, which I love that on DJI. Yeah. I remember the first time it ever happened to me, I didn't know it existed, and I was flying out and it was getting darker and darker, and I came back, and then when I'm landing, this light comes on. I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, I never knew it had that. Yeah, so that's just one example right there of what they've gone and added to the specs that we didn't know about. But the price tag on that, I made the guess of, I think I said $449 in my first video. Now there are a few little places that are throwing up some prices. We don't know if these are locked in guaranteed prices because you can't purchase it. It's just you can click to be notified, or come back and visit us again type thing. But based on seeing that, I'm changing my prediction to over $500 on it. I think it's going to be over $500. I think it'll be a $499 quad. Let's say that. I think I said 440 or something.
See, my take on this, my experience with Hubsan, and pretty much everyone probably has experienced something. If you own a Hubsan drone, you experience something with Hubsan. Either if it's customer service or a bad product or whatever. See, I had both. I had experienced both, actually. But I just don't see it. I just don't see this even existing. Or if they do put it out, pretty much it's going to be a lot of bugs with it initially.
Doesn't it kind of feel like a joke?
Yes, it does.
Like we're being pranked?
Yeah, like too good to be true.
Yeah.
But, if they do put it out, if they do put something out, we're going to get it with a lot of bugs. This is what I'm predicting. And, that price of $499 or over $500 is going to have to drop because it wouldn't make any sense for anyone to buy that, because they can just go get a perfectly good DJI Mini 2 instead of buying this $500 brick or whatever. But, I'm just going to sit back and wait and look, and I'm not going to run out and purchase it like I did the FIMI Mini. I'm just going to sit back and wait.
And that's like I do wish I had the FIMI Mini to do comparisons with, but I don't want to compare it so much to the DJI because, come on, it's a video definitely everybody should do that has both, but I really want to have it for the Hubsan. So that's my only buyer's remorse of my non-buyer's remorse with the FIMI X8 Mini. I am envious that you did get it because you are going to get the Hubsan as well, right?
For me,
or should we just do a switch on those? Like I'm going to borrow your Mini. You just take my Zino.
Yeah, we'll do like a drone sharing type thing.
Okay, drone share. Okay.
Yeah, drone share.
So we'll pass them back and forth between Virginia and Pennsylvania.
Because there's no need to be wasting all this money on stuff that if it's not,
Right, and I'll even drive down there, and we can get back into flying together, and we can compare them side by side that way as well. So we'll try to put out as much content on these as possible because unless they're buying them, really, so far the FIMI X8 Mini isn't going to any big channels except Captain Drones. I think is the largest channel out there that actually has it. And I'm going to get into all that kind of stuff later. There was a comment. I let him fly by. 55 in the house. And that's why I'm missing comments, so I apologize.
Yeah, I was trying to monitor too.
That's where we need one person that can kind of read your mind and just read the comments and pop them up at the same time. Gimp Man, are you, is this Gorilla Man? Like he changes his identity so much. I think this is Gorilla Man, Gorilla Man's Garage. I also think that's who that is.
Gimp Man?
Yeah, because I don't remember Gimp Man. I've seen the name, I think, once or twice, but not normally here in chat. And I'm kind of thinking that's Gorilla Man's Garage in Canada, who he's getting a shout out because he's got the X8 too, and he's put out some videos and he's experiencing some problems. So let's just go on and move on. So that's it pretty much for the Hubsan Zino. There's nothing to talk about because we don't want to be that breaking news channel or show. And you guys know, when you see this breaking news, you know exactly who I'm talking about. If it's not here and it's not in front of us, nothing is confirmed. So anything that I ever do on anything that is breaking news is just what has been presented on paper from the company itself. And not what I'm seeing people plant in Facebook land and all that stuff and Fakebook. So, yeah. To be continued, obviously, on the Hubsan Zino Mini. I think a lot of people, even though we know Hubsan's history, I mean, it's terrible history. Some, it's been flawless for the most part in comparison. I can't say I've had a terrible history because I can fix them. I know these quads inside and out, and once you get a new model, you got to kind of learn how to take it apart and where its parts are and all that, but they're all kind of the same DNA. So I can't say I've had terrible experience, but I do report exactly what I find, and I do pay attention to what everybody else is having a problem with, and I report that by making the videos of how-tos and fixes. So that's why I'm excited about getting it, just because it's another Hubsan edition. This channel was built on Hubsan and led on to better things eventually. All right, so moving on from that, let's go on into the FIMI videos and reviews. Have you been watching a lot?
I watched a few, a couple. The guy.
Let me run down a list here, and if they're in there, you want to just tell me, and then if not, you want to add to them.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I've been watching every single one, like I said, but just before the show, I'm like, you know what? I better jot these down, and these are only the ones that popped in my head. And I still have that COVID brain thing. That's gonna be my excuse for the rest of my life when I'm forgetful. I'm gonna blame it on COVID. But I've been watching this one channel I had never watched before, Gavin HR. He's got a few things out there. Captain Drone, of course. And I want to kind of go back to Captain Drone in a little bit here, but also Gorilla Man's Garage. He's had nothing but problems. In Facebook, I've seen a few things were just kind of new to him. He was a brief owner of a FIMI X8 SE Mini, and now he's into the X8. No, yeah, he had the X8 SE for a brief while, not a Mini. Just got the Mini. So some things are kind of new to him and kind of threw him for a loop or whatever. But he has had some legit problems, and he did just put out a compass calibration video, which was funny because he's doing the spin your body technique, and he got dizzy doing it. And then another one, I'm sorry, I do not like this guy. I watched the channel just because he's got it on there. This Mansoor Ali. No,
I'm not familiar with.
Well, his channel is L-I-L-L. I can't talk. ALISHANMIO. I don't know, but he's the guy that's in the Hubsan Zino fans group. He's an admin there. He's kind of Hubsan's dog.
Okay.
And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I was once Hubsan's dog. I know exactly what it's like. Except he's doing what they want him to do. I didn't do what they wanted me to do, and that's sell. Just completely sell you on, do the firmware updates. Everything is great. Rainbows, puppy dogs, and all that kind of stuff. And he follows that to the T. And if you say anything negative in that group or whatever, he completely blocks it or knocks you the hell out of there. It's the fakest group there is. But
It's a shame.
I've watched his channel, and I'm only watching that channel, and I watch it muted. I just watch it to see the horizon, see the picture quality, and that vignette effect I'm talking about. I'm telling you, he's gone and done the blow up. He's taken it out. Oh yeah, you can tell by his height that image is too close, and that's fine. I said that in one of my other videos. It's perfectly fine that you do that. You want to have a nice video and you don't want that effect, blow it up, crop it out of there. It's fine unless you're up close to something. But my problem with it as a first time review of a quad, you go and purposely hide that. That's something to watch out for. So I'm just saying, I'm sorry if any of you guys are fans. I don't trust this guy for anything as far as your good, honest reviews. I just don't. But he is one I have been watching. And then there's the good old, let's just stay on the negative here. You know where I'm going next.
Yes, I think I know where you're going.
The good old, I don't know, quadcopter. He's done his best. He's out there at out there at the famous canyon. the Snake River
Snake
Canyon,
Canyon?
is it? Is
Snake River. Yeah.
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 He's out there. That name's always big, bright red Snake River Canyon. It's the name that sells. Doing his best, but I have to say, and you guys know I can't stand the guy, it's rightfully so. If you know the story, I'm not going to get into all the drama, but it's deserving. But come on, what do we see in every single video, Chad?
What, the droning?
How does every single video, give me a brief synopsis of how every video starts out in the first 3 to 5 minutes.
Oh, he talks, let me see. I believe he talks, a little bit about the drone, and then he does his, go through the menu and all that stuff. And does his, I guess, safety checks or whatever. And
I'm waiting for you to get to it.
In the
You're
first
going
part,
you're going down the right list. I mean, that is it. But you get the picture-in-picture, you get the screenshot.
Oh, yeah.
You get the, what's the name? What camera does he use? Nikon?
No, I think he has a number of cameras.
He always says it. He always says the name, like he's a brand name thrower. Like everything he uses, he says the name. But he's got his camera shot, he's got his screenshot, and then he's got the drone's camera, he's got his app recording, and then his camera is the main thing. But if anybody watches him and you want to say that this quad is clunky and doesn't it's not stable or anything, turn your volume up real loud when you're watching his videos, because all you hear is click, 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 click. He's a stick flicker. He's going to take his frickin' head off one day. And I mean, you and I have talked, we'll watch and then have little back and forth talks about what we see. And I have never seen something more like, I mean, that drone, let's bring it in. And then it's like, I mean, he's all over the frickin' place with it. So keeping that in mind, he's all clunky and wobbly with it. And then that very first flight video he did, he was just so sold. Like, I have to tell you, this is a winner and blah, blah. He's a yes man. So I can't take that one serious either. Marcus will never come out and tell you the problems until something doesn't quite go his way, or I guess it's kind of a little axe to grind situation. You and I have talked about this too. He dropped his FIMI X8. He broke the leg. And what does he start doing?
I guess, he brought out a couple of negatives about it after the fact. After he dropped it. Things
that were present prior that he didn't really mention, but once he dropped it, and he did contact FIMI, and which he shouldn't even considered that, but he contacted them, and he could have probably gotten the replacement. I think he said if he would have shipped it in or gotten it fixed, but which is bravo to FIMI, because it wasn't their fault, it was his fault. But since he's going to be forking out the money to buy a new one, all of a sudden it sounds like now he's going to finally tell the truth, or just not tell the truth. He's going to reveal what he should have been revealing in the beginning. The whole point is there. I can't trust a reviewer like that. So Idaho Quadcopter, that's another one that, yes, Marcus Crawford, I think somebody typed in there. That's another one. You just can't take the guy serious. It's a show to kind of watch. It's a video to kind of watch for a little bit of comedy, because you will laugh. I'm 100% sincere in saying that. I'm not just being a jerk. You will laugh.
So let's talk about what we did see in the video. As far as the only one I've seen that he's done was I think it was the first one, and the actual video from the camera from the drone. Yeah,
where he started out doing the reverse droney and flying the canyon.
Yeah, so I noticed. I definitely noticed, the shaking. It was either, I don't know if it was the wind causing that, or if it was just the vibration. But I did notice that a little bit, and then also noticed a little it was vibration, but it was like kind of a flicking type motion of the camera. I'm not sure if he noticed that or not.
He was noticing it. I noticed it when I saw it. He
okay.
did notice it and point that out in the video, but he was thinking it was related to calibrations.
Okay.
It looked like being flying in the canyon, it very well could have been wind, but still, you go and look at every other quad that's been flown in that canyon, and you're not having that. I mean, this thing, it was bad.
Yeah.
There's no way anybody could not notice that. That was pretty much the only thing he pointed out, but he didn't even notice it while he was flying. He kind of did an edit from home and said, hey, I noticed in the video as I was editing it that the gimbal was shaking a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And that's when he said he thought maybe I don't know, it could be calibrations or what have it. That was like pretty much the only thing he noticed. He instantly was, saying no horizon issue, but I could see it happening. And then it wasn't until I think his second video where then he said, after some people had called it out, I got Gimp Man still on here. After some people had called it out, then and that's how it always happens. It's that once somebody sheds light on it, then he'll represent it and say, yeah, it's got a little bit, it had a slight crooked horizon, but it straightened itself out. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, I was about to say, it wasn't straight because I remember seeing it. So.
Yeah. And there is one side of that canyon that is like this. I mean, it is tilted. And then the other side, if I recall, I don't study the canyon, but if I recall, the other side of the canyon is where you would have a great shot for having that more level.
Okay.
In that video, we took left turns away from it. We would never once did we see the other side of that canyon. We only saw the side he was flying on. When he came back, he decided to fly sideways. And then when he had the opportunity to turn right, he said, let's go left. And he turned left and then put us right back on what we already saw. So that kind of stuff, it's like, I know it's going to be crooked. I don't want to represent that. I don't want to show that. I don't trust him. I don't trust him because he doesn't.
Zoolander?
What is it? Oh, yes. Yes.
He's not an ambi-turner?
Yeah.
Well, no. But yeah. Anyway, go ahead. I just had to make that reference.
But yeah, that's good old I don't know quadcopter. And I call him that just because if you watch the videos, it's I don't know every 5 minutes. There's an I don't know in there. So it's I don't know quadcopter with a different spelling. But anyhow, next one would be Steve's Drones. That's one I've been watching.
Is that guy from UK?
Yeah, he's new to me. He's fairly new to me. I don't think he has very many subscribers at all. This might be, I haven't gone through his video list, but this might be kind of his little debut. I don't know.
Okay.
And then somebody who is all FIMI. He's always been all FIMI X8 SC. I used to private message with him for about a year, and it was always about FIMI questions. And that's ADK Drones and RC. That's Mr. Frederick Johnson, I believe is his last name.
Okay.
And so he's always been FIMI X8 out there in his wilderness land. Great places to fly. Nobody to bother him. Kind of Bigfoot type country. And now he's got the FIMI X8 Mini. The one thing I'll say about his videos, though, his X8 SE 2020, his had the same effect with the dark edges on his. That's the only 2020 I think I saw in videos that had that effect. Like that was 2018 and 2019 on mine and yours. But then that 2020... it was fine. I was so happy to see that gone. It was a little overexposed, but if from my other videos, you can see manual adjustments. You just take that out. You can take that overexposure out and darken it up some, or with filters. But his 2020 version looks bad with the dark edges, and the FIMI X8 Mini is a good comparison to that because it's actually not as bad as the 2020. It seems like it's got that effect, but not as bad. It's got the tilt, but not as bad. It's
Okay.
you know, it's like it's micro compared to the X8 SE 2020 in problems. So
Yeah.
it got smaller, and the problems are there but smaller. So ADK. I don't know if that stands for Adirondack. I don't know where he's at. I forgot where he's at. New York,
Yeah.
I think.
He's popped up in my home screen a couple of times. I haven't clicked on a video, but there's so many out there. A lot of
Yeah,
times, you know, I'll just scroll through and just watch the preview, let it autoplay, and just watch the preview. Sometimes on silent, just to
yeah.
see. But yeah, he's popped up on my screen before. I've seen it.
Yeah, so he's all FIMI. He
Mhm.
is all FIMI. So it kind of leads you to think, well, this person might just be partial or whatever. But I don't ever see any red flags on his channel.
Mhm.
If there's a crooked horizon, you see it. He's talked about it. He's done calibration videos. I don't know that he necessarily cares enough about the image quality to
Mhm.
call out the like. He's not trying to review like you or I would. He's just more or less kind of more like, hey guys, I'm sharing my experience type thing. Let's
Yeah.
do a range flight, or let's fly over here. Let's see what this neighbor's doing, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but that's a channel. It's a channel worth going and see. So go check out Mr. Frederick Johnson there at ADK Drones and RC.
Nice.
And then the other one I want to call out is complete bullshit was the one that very first FIMI X8 video we saw
What was
from
that?
Sammy Tech Tricks or
Yeah.
Tech Tips. And
Sammy Tech
I
Tips.
called a showboat video because remember he's the guy's like in his thumbnail,
Mhm.
and he was the very first video that popped up, and he had the standard version and then he had the pro battery, and he mentioned that I wanted to thank such and such, some female's name, for loaning this to me.
Mhm.
And he never ever did anything with it. He did his unboxing and you never saw one single video from him from that point on. And I think he got like 50,000 views on that. So that's why I
Really?
say showboat. Yeah. 40 or 50,000 views on it, I think, is what he got. But he does cell phones. That's all he does is cell phones, pretty
Oh,
much.
okay. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I
So
could.
so anybody, if you remember that one, don't even go back looking for that guy because he's doing nothing with it. So these are the ones that popped in my mind. There are so many others of people. Some of you probably here in the chat that have put out stuff that I might not have mentioned, and yeah, Greg Trevor. Hey, Greg. He
Greg,
confirmed
what's
it
up?
is Adirondack. So,
Okay.
and there's his googly-eyed FIMI, which I've had the pleasure of working on. I replaced a leg on that quad. But yeah, so those are who I've watched, and were any of those in your list that you were talking about, or is there anything you want to add to that?
I've seen, like I said, I've seen Marcus's. I've seen Gavin HR or whatever his name is, UK. That guy puts out a lot of videos. He puts puts out a video every day, man.
Which
But
one?
Gavin from the UK,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, he puts out a lot of videos. But yeah, I've seen his briefly, and like I said, I haven't really watched too many. Um, I've watched what's his name, the other guy from the UK. The first, I think he was one of the first ones you said. What the hell was his name?
Um, Gavin,
Not Gavin, the other guy. Steve's,
Gavin.
yeah,
Okay, Steve's drones. Yeah.
yeah. hmm Steve's, and then also is that the French guy?
I don't think
No,
he's
that,
French. No,
yeah, yeah. I don't know
I
this
could pull
guy.
him. I could pull him up real quick. Go ahead. I'm gonna pull him up while you're talking. Now I'm curious.
Yeah, the French guy that I've seen, he actually doesn't have a. Is not. He doesn't have a drone channel. I think he has some other type of channel, but he got the FIMI, as well. And he was just showing it off, showing people. He says that he's not a reviewer or anything. He's just showing it so people can see what it's like. And I've watched his channel as well. And
yeah, Steve sounds like he'd be like UK.
Okay.
In his voice. I don't know. Did it just play?
No, I didn't.
Can you hear it?
No.
It's only in my earphone, so.
Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, he's definitely UK. I can tell by the accent. He's not French.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just have to wait for. I don't know who's getting their. It seems like everyone in the U.S. is pretty much on hold for the FIMI Mini.
It's a build as you buy.
Yeah.
Totally build as you buy.
So I'm just gonna share, because mine will be here it should be here on Thursday. So what I did, these other people who got that notice saying that when AliExpress asked them to extend their wait time.
Trying to make you bigger.
Oh.
I wanted to give you the show here, buddy.
No, you don't have to, man. You don't have to put me on the spot.
Let everybody see.
Anyway, like I was saying, AliExpress asked me to extend for 15 days or something like that, extend my order. So I just didn't do it. I was going to cancel. I tried to cancel a few times, and they wouldn't accept my cancellation. So I kept getting that message, please extend for 15 days or it will cancel automatically. So I just let it, the time run out and, try to cancel it that way. So on the final day, the day that it was supposed to be canceled or the day before it was supposed to be canceled, I get a message saying that my order was shipped. So I guess they really didn't want me to cancel my order. I guess they really wanted that money. But they say my order was shipped, and that was like a couple weeks ago. So it finally got to the U.S. like yesterday or a couple days ago, and now it should be on here on Thursday. So we'll see. Hopefully it's the FIMI Mini. Hopefully they sent me my correct order. So that's all I have to say. You still there, Chris? Are you still trying to? See, I can't even hear you.
Because I muted my mic too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't want you to hear me bumping around and stuff. Yeah. No, I was banging around and bumping around, moving stuff as you were talking, but I was listening to you.
Okay.
So yeah, they quickly reeled you in by nope, we already shipped it. You can't.
Yeah, you can't cancel it now.
That's funny.
Yes. Yeah, I tried to cancel.
Which, if you notice, DJI does that super fast now. Like before, you had a good 3-4 days sometimes before you had time to cancel that order. So if you went running to Best Buy and it was at Best Buy and you wanted to cancel your order with DJI, you could. Forget about it. Now DJI says, shipped. And it's because they create that label almost immediately, and then they'll ship it a couple days later.
A couple days later, yeah. Yeah, they caught on to it. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
So in the group here, how many of you, just say I or me, how many are on order or have the FIMI X8 Mini? And just say I'm getting it or I have it. And then how many are going after the Hubsan Zino Mini Pro? Got to remember to say Pro. Mm-hmm. But I'd be curious to see just how many people in here. I mean, because some of you came here just because you're our subscribers and fans. But the title is, about all the minis, the mini war going on. Mm-hmm. So I'm just curious as to if it's you guys getting it. So we got Bob Smig getting it. And I won't read it all off as they come in, but we'll let that kind of build up. But, just if you're waiting for the FIMI, if you've got the FIMI or you're going to wait for the Hubsan, put that in the comments. I would just kind of like to get a feel for that. And while that's popping up, and I'll try my best to keep an eye on it. Mm-hmm.
I
And
think
I'll
someone
just,
asked about Captain Drone. Otto,
Joe
Ott.
said Captain Drone, but I don't see a question.
No, Ott. What's his name? Ott. Oh, Ott.
I'm trying to, oh, Oz?
Is that Ott? No, OTT. His first name.
Oh. Hello, Oz, by the way. I didn't say hi to you earlier. I don't see who you're talking about
From the
unless it's up
bottom,
there.
like fifth up from the bottom, right
Oh, I
now.
was too far up.
Yeah.
Optilberg.
Yes.
What about Captain Drone, Chris? You wanted to say, oh, thank you so much. See, somebody in here is listening and paying attention. No, seriously, Ott, thank you. Thank you very much. The one thing I wanted to say about Captain Drone, my whole thing about mentioning all the channels I've been watching is I kind of also wanted to, aside from letting you know what I'm looking at in their videos, I also wanted to let you know what you can take from each person's video. So I think I explained that fairly well with 80K drones. You know, he puts out your good old, you know, guy next door videos. He's not showboating it for, you know, this is what I'm doing for a living or click on my links and all that. I'm sure he has links, but that's not what it's all about. He shares his love and experience for the FIMIs. So you guys all know I really like Captain Drone. I love watching Captain Drone. He's got a good energy, kind of funny to watch sometimes. You know, he takes a beating from some of these other big guys, and he takes it well. He just doesn't care. But I really like Captain Drone a lot. But the thing with Captain Drone, or any channel up there with him, any big channel up there with him, they're not dedicated to any of these drones that they're reviewing. And as you see, like with him, he's really into these little FPV quads. So that's where you're going to take everything, pretty much what he says, almost as gospel. But when you get into the FIMI, you also have to keep in mind he doesn't know the history. He doesn't know the ins and outs of FIMI. So like you and I were talking about it earlier, Chad, with Active Track. What does it say when you go to click on Active Track?
Oh, beta. It's in beta.
Yeah, so that's one thing he said in his video. So if you guys don't know this, Active Track has been in beta since I think its birth date. Like
Yes.
since they started Active Track however long ago it was it in the 2018 or did that come along late? I think it came along late in the 2018, like 2019. I'm not sure. Anybody in here know that? You can answer that for me. But like Captain Drone was saying, it's beta, so you know we can't expect a lot from that. If you're new to FIMI, you know that's the kind of false information you're going to get, and it's not anything that he's done on purpose. It's just he doesn't know. So that's why you'll see in my past two videos where I say watch the little guys. Watch these guys that are just sharing their experience, you know, like 80K. I keep going back to good old Frederick. But watch channels like him, and you'll get the real feel, the real experience. And you know, Gorilla Man's Garage, he's sharing his problems. That's very important. And you know, thank you again for making me go back to Captain Drone because I completely would have forgotten about that. But that's pretty much all I wanted to say is that if you want to get the real deal of any type of drone, a big channel is going to show you all the same stuff. It's just repeat. It's the same stuff. Let's show you some of these features. And that's great. You're going to get to see all these features work and stuff. But you want somebody, and I'm not saying it just so you'll come and watch me or Chad, but we're going to make sure if that horizon is off, you're going to know about it. We're going to try, and tell me if I'm wrong, Chad, I would assume this is what you would do. We're going to try to make that happen. Fly it in sport mode, fly it in a little bit of wind, take some turns with it, not just fly straight like so many are doing. Put the horizon up there in the video. Try to see if it is an actual problem. So those aren't the kind of things you're going to get with the Captain Drone in the big channels. But I'll repeat one more time so people don't go run into Captain Drone. That QC guy says bad things about you. I love you, Captain Drone. So No, I do enjoy his channel.
Uh-huh.
When I first started watching him, I'm like, I don't think I'll like this channel. And then he kept popping up after I watched him, and pops up on your feed after you've clicked on him a couple times. And so I subscribed, and I really enjoy his channel, even when it's about the FPV stuff I don't really care about, because the only FPV I'm into is the DJI FPV. So, but yeah, that's all I really want to say about him. And I've gone down with these other ones, and I'm not trying to nitpick and call out channels. I'm giving you my review on the channels. They can say what they want about mine. Chris is a long-winded bore, no energy, and the type of things that people might say about me. I'm very monotone. I'm not like Rick, all bouncy and let me tell you, the geek in me, I'm really excited about this drone, guys.
Yeah, he's an excited guy, man.
And from an engineer standpoint, this vaporizer, oh my gosh! I mean, I had to go out and get me one. I'm not that type of person. So you can, I'm sorry, I'm not. Sometimes people will leave a comment in my videos and say, "I'm sorry, you look so bored." It's like. I'm staring at a camera. I'm looking at a camera. I'm interacting with myself. I can't act like that. So
you're not an actor.
No, but like that's all I'm pointing out with these people. I'm trying to try to steer you towards getting the right information on this quad if you're interested in it whatsoever. So
before you switch,
I'm going to start popping these up too. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so the thing with these, bigger channels, they have so many products they have to review. Some of these guys get their drones for free or whatever. And, they don't have as much time as the little guys to put, dedicate towards actually digging deeper into, a drone review like these smaller guys. Now, there are some bigger channels that do dig a little deeper. I know, like Flight Path, he does a lot of videos on it, but I don't think he really gets into the faults of it. He does do a lot of the more of the features or the firmware and all that stuff. But I mean, he does put a lot of videos out on like one single drone. But a lot of these other bigger channels, they may do one or two videos, and you probably won't see that drone again, until something new about that drone comes out or something like that. But like the smaller channels, we have limited drones. I only have I sold one already, but I probably only got like 3 or 4 drones right now, and there are actually 3 of them all DJI. But you'll see these drones multiple times on my channel. I mean, because drones are expensive. I don't.
And I'm perfectly guilty. I mean, on the wall behind me, where with my screen small, but you can't see. But I'm loaded with drones, and that's not all I have. I mean, I have cases and cases around me, and so I'm guilty. I can't keep up with that. But I gotta have it. I want it. And then I do get that buyer's remorse. Why did I buy it? And that's why I can't tell you how many times I almost clicked on that X8 Mini, but I talked myself down every time I did, and I probably came this close to buying it 5 times.
I think I was
just can't.
I think I was rushing. I shouldn't have clicked. I just jumped on it because it was a Mini. It was something. To compete with the DJI Mini. And
I'm glad you did, though, because of what we've decided that we're going to try to do here is we'll swap out. I'll borrow your FIMI and put some content out on it, and I'm sorry in advance if I crash it. And then the same goes for you. If you have the Hubsan Zino and you crash it, the Zino Mini, and you crash it, I will not give you any crap this time because it's a Hubsan.
It shouldn't crash. Well, if it has sensors, it shouldn't crash. I mean, I'm flying straight.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, I think it has occusync all the way around. I guarantee you that's how it's going to react. That's my prediction. I think it's going to react like an occusync. I think it's going to kind of bounce back and then go straight for it. So remember I said that, because that falls under one of the things where I said I'm being nice, guys. I'm being a cheerleader here. I'm not going to do any Hubsan bashing, but that's one of my predictions on my list. I think it's got front, back, and bottom occusync. I mean, not occusync. Yeah,
obstacle avoidance.
Occusync obstacle avoidance. So.
Is that something new?
Or their TOF sensors.
Is that 04?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm glad that you made the choice to buy that, because we can swap out, like we said, and then we can also get together. And I do hope to make some trips to Virginia, and you really need to get your butt up here to Pennsylvania. I know you were just here visiting family, but you need to come up here, and we'll try to make a 2-day out of it. You spend the night one night.
Yeah.
And more than welcome. Bring the family as well. Stay here. Stay at a hotel if you're more comfortable there. Whatever. I mean, I've got a house of 6 bedrooms, so there's a place to stick you guys. So
got a little.
They're not actually all 6 bedrooms being used that way, though. My daughter, you would think she hasn't lived here for several years now, and you would think she still lives here when you walk in her bedroom. It's unbelievable. You open up the drawers, there's her clothes. She could come home and live for weeks and be okay.
Yeah.
But as going on to these comments now, if you have been paying attention as I've been popping these up, you're going to see, I think Hubsan has pulled off exactly what I think they wanted. Like, they came in, I think, earlier than planned, because normally once we see it, we would be seeing something by now, or coming close to it. But FIMI jumped out there and might have surprised them. So Zino throws all these figures out there, and now if you look in some of the comments, if you look at mainly the ones up higher that I popped up, some canceled orders, some are waiting. The Zino looks like it might be, he's waiting for Mini 3, smart man. Although things don't usually always get better with models. Sometimes they get progressively worse. I think, I'm going to put this one up because I haven't read it and it looks big. I think Captain Drone spends a lot of time with his unboxing reviews of drones he likes, favorites, and kind of rushes on to others he does not really like until, I would tend to agree with that. I mean, he's got a lot on his plate. I mean,
he does.
That's these big reviewers. It's like Josh said, you've got a zillion things, and I'm sure there's stuff that they just end up skipping.
You call me Josh again. You still calling me Josh? Why are you calling me Josh?
I miss Josh. I'm sorry.
Josh, you out there, man?
No, we don't. Josh, we never see Josh. Josh,
I don't know.
Josh is doing cameras and e-bikes.
No, is he doing e-bikes too?
I think he's doing e-bikes like grumpy old Brian.
I didn't know.
Humbug drones, Brian. He's so grouchy.
He's crazy. Yeah, I didn't know he was doing e-bikes too.
Yeah, well, I think he's got one. I think he showed a picture of one on his back patio. Okay. And I was thinking about that yesterday. I wanted to send him a text message and ask him, do you have an e-bike? Or are you going to publish something on it? Because I'm kind of interested in checking those out.
It's kind of
not
cool,
being a reviewer or anything, but it'd be fun. Instead of me running a track to do active track, since everybody likes active track so much, I could just give me an e-bike.
Yeah, I'm going to do my active track test. Of course, I always do it running.
Last time I ran was on your test.
Oh yeah,
with the mask on. God, that sucked. That sucked so bad I couldn't breathe.
That video actually turned out to be good.
Yeah, with your little Benny Hill music as I was running and fast forward.
Yeah, was it Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah, what's the title of it?
Uh, Mavic Air 2, how to active track or something like that. I forgot.
Yeah, you guys check out that video and you'll see me running. I actually run. Yeah, I'm a great runner.
I'll put a link.
I'm a great runner.
Yeah, I'll put a link in the
We
thing.
kind of he kind of edited it in like kind of like a Benny Hill. If any of you guys are Benny Hill fans, you know how Benny Hill will do the and it was real fast forward. Well, he kind of did that with my running. He made it fast forward, and I'm going in and out of the trees and stuff, and then I fall down and on purpose, and get back up. But yeah, we had a great time that day.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
It was a shitty weather day. It was a little chilly. It was windy, but that was fun.
They roped off that area that we were doing the test in, like between the trees and everything. And it's they call it private property. I don't know why, but they got signs all over the place saying
Where the
private
benches and stuff are.
property. Well, there's no
It's
benches
like
there anymore.
square gravel area where benches
Yeah.
would have been. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like the little pavilion or whatever you want to call it over there. But, yeah.
But going on, did I say anything other about the active track mentioning? Since we got into mentioning that, I know I wanted to talk about it. Did I haven't said anything on that yet, really.
No, you haven't.
Okay. So like the DJI Mini 2 not having active track, but the FIMI X8 Mini has active track. Josh, Chad and I, we were talking earlier about what's such a big deal about this active track. Like when you've got a drone that does it extremely well, say like the Skydio 2, that's just a total different experience because that thing is autonomous and completely makes its own flight path and amazes you once you go and watch the footage because you don't know what's going to be on that SD card. But when it comes to just following you, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it that that's going to make you decide to buy the FIMI over the DJI. And I know it's just because I'm not into it, but like you said, you're really not into it either. So like how many of you guys really like active track is so important? And I'm not knocking it. It's just not something I do, just like precise landing. I'm not into precise landing. I'd rather just catch it with my hand. Or I should say my hand, flat palm.
I can't. We'll talk about that.
You're
in a minute.
you're the grabber. I feed the horse and you grab that. So
Anyway.
Try not to put your hands too close to the screen. I know that bothers Chad when
It's like
that's something they do on Drone Nation, and we joke about it, and he's like, "Ew, it's so gross."
they do it on purpose, man. They know what they're doing.
I think they're mocking somebody. They're
Okay.
mocking. I think it started out that they're mocking. I know who this person is. Somebody who does this in his videos. Always points up at the drone and posts pictures of himself on Facebook doing it. And I think they're making fun of him. I think that's what
Okay.
So that's what started all that. That's just my guess because it started at the same time and they never did it prior to that. Maybe other people that are fans of Drone Nation know, but anyhow, active track. I don't see that as a reason for me to totally buy a quad. If I don't, it's just like I went and made the decision to buy the Air 2S because I really was banking on the goggle support. Well, guess who got burned? I don't have to have the Air 2S. I was perfectly happy with the Air 2. One-inch sensor is great. I mean, it's great, but you're more cinematic than I am. You're more into, you can see the stuff you need to denoise, if you saw any of that in one of my videos.
Yeah.
That turned out to be a big topic just because I didn't know denoise was a word, and it's not. It's not a word. It's a generic term for the industry of video. So, but anyhow, it would be a bigger seller to you. Like, it totally makes sense that you got it compared to me. I would have been perfectly happy sticking just with the Air 2. So, going back to the active track thing, I mean, I don't need to go and buy something because it has active track. So that's why I was saying about the Air 2S, is because I bought it solely because I was thinking, you know what, I might be able to use the flight stick with it. I might be able to use the goggles with it. And so far it's looking like they flipped us on that one. They tricked us to get it, and then they flipped once we got it. So
you're saying it's not going to eventually be compatible with the
people are showing stuff in writing, if I believe it. They're showing stuff in writing that it's not going to be compatible. It's not in the plans. It sucks. It completely sucks. Like, I thought, you know what, they're going to hold out because they need to sell the DJI FPV. So many people like me have bought that. I mean, tons of people that haven't been in FPV whatsoever have bought that and are doing very good with it. I think I'm doing exceptional with it. I'm not into flipping and doing all that kind of stuff with it yet, but I mean, I can whip it around and get really close and do what I like to do. I don't really need to be flipping or anything yet, so I can take my time on that one. But yeah, I don't want to put too much time into that, but this active track thing is just not a reason for me to go buy a quad anyhow. So I don't know what people are saying. Here we go.
So Oz is saying that
Patrick never uses it. Active track, just not interested. See, that's the boat that I fall in. I'm in Pat's boat, Patrick's boat.
But active track is a popular. I mean, a lot of people wanted it on the Mini. Just look at
features in general. Features in general are just big sellers. Yeah. But features for me are where you're putting yourself into risk. So I'd rather have the risk between my thumbs versus letting it do things like, Orbit. Orbit's a killer for quads. Yeah. People forget there's trees and stuff. Yeah. And they're flying sideways. Whether it's got obstacle avoidance or not, some don't have them on the sides. They just have them front and back like the Mini will have. And you're going to go and do that orbit. And you've seen the videos. You end up seeing branches flipping. And what's the other one? When you do flight plans.
The waypoints?
Waypoints. I mean, that's big with people.
Waypoints. Yeah, go ahead.
Waypoints can serve a very good purpose. Yeah. But a lot of people, I think, just like to do waypoints to watch the drone. Like, I think a lot of people like features just to watch the drone fly itself. That's kind of a cool thing.
Yes, it's a cool, like the precision landing.
Yeah, watching everything autopilot, like, kind of like you can watch these things and be like amazed that, wow, it's really cool that it's doing that. It's going from, I sent it over here to 0.1. And then when I sent it to 0.2, I changed the elevation, and it's cool to see that it actually goes up 100 feet, or it goes down, or it turns because you got a point of interest, things like that. I get it, but it's not big things that I have to have. But I would say that mission planning, that's got a much bigger purpose.
Yeah, especially for, if you're using it professionally. I guess a lot of those guys use the waypoints for like mapping or something like that. I don't know if they'll be using a Mini for that, but on the bigger drones, like the Pro, the Mavic 2 Pro and stuff, they use that. Me personally, what really counts is pretty much a camera. I don't think I've ever used any of the smart functions or the like quick shots or anything, or in any of my videos. So pretty much everything is done manually. Like any kind of maneuver I do is done manually. So yeah, I'm not too pressed on having those type of it's cool to have, especially if you're trying, showing off the drone and stuff, but it's not too important to me. So with the FIMI Mini, the fact that it has that, vignetting effect on it makes me regret, pushing a buy button so soon. But it's coming, so can't do too much about that. But all I can do is just fly it, and hopefully I didn't get a defective model, So
you were wrong about his name. It's not Dronography.
Is drone.
Drone
Oh,
graph.
yeah.
Drone. I take it back. I don't like the name of your channel.
I think
I like dronography.
is it drone graphy?
Yeah,
Oh.
drone graphy. I'm just kidding. Your channel name is fine. But I like dronography a lot better. Is all I was saying. It just jumped out at me when Chad first said dronography. I'm like, wow, that's a great name. I don't know. Maybe there's another channel out there.
Maybe
with
that's
that,
the way he pronounces it.
Yeah, maybe. We'll have to. I've never watched him, so I'm going to tune in to you, buddy.
Is that the way you pronounce it? Is it? If you can spell it phonetically.
Dronography, or are you saying drone? Just say it real fast and mumbly like dronography.
Dronography.
But I was kidding when I said I don't like your channel name. I'm joking. I'm very dry. You're new here with me, I think, and I can offend people a lot. I offend a lot of people. Keeps telling me I'm blurry, but I'm not. Like something's popping up on my screen telling me it's inactive, like it's not tracking me.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So one thing I'm going to let you guys know, and that's popping up here in the comments, is the DJI Mini 3. We agreed not to talk about that one yet because we don't want to be that channel. We always know there's going to be another. It's DJI. It's just like this company right here. There's another one in 6 months. After you spend $1,000, there's another one comes out 6 months. And and I'm not that guy when it comes to Apple. I do try. I'm one model back, but I don't buy every model. I skip. So, but we know there is a 3 fall coming in fall.
A 3?
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was looking at the thing, but I don't know for sure, but that's what the
rumors. Yeah. See, that's why we don't want to talk about it, because it's rumors.
Either before the fall, or at fall. So
one thing that kind of drives Chad and I crazy is that rumor mill, is that breaking news, and and when I keep saying about breaking news, that channel, I'm talking about Bill, the drone reviewer. He does it all the time. And then he has to go back and make repeat videos where he apologizes because he got it wrong. That's why I don't like to do it. So there's nothing really to talk about except, we know it's going to happen. With everything, you can always say we know, DJI FPV, we know there will be another one. What if they'll call it FPV2, which I hope they don't. I hated that they called it DJI FPV. I wish they would have given it a name, but because I think that is what really offended some of the FPV guys. What do you think, Just Kicking It? You're a big FPV guy.
Yeah.
Do you think that was a bad move on? I think he even said himself when we had them on your channel.
How long we been on?
It doesn't matter. We got 42 people. They're hanging in here. You guys want us to keep it going here? You want us to kind of end it or what? Do you want to do? Go ahead, yeah. Corey. You want to come in? Does anybody want to come in? Is anybody prepared? You have an earbud on you. You have a microphone. You got a camera. You all hooked up, and we could send you a link and drag you in here. Come on in. You're more than welcome.
You got Joel Shepard.
Was that a yes from Joel?
Keep
going. Keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because we can lead this anywhere you guys want it. You want to talk about, dancing girls, or I told the wife to come in here and take her clothes off, but she didn't.
Oh my gosh.
I think she ignored that.
Is Corey still in here?
He was not long ago.
Yeah, just a minute ago.
Might be taking a potty break.
Oh, okay.
Or he might be getting. Does he get up early?
I'm not sure if he might. No, actually, if he was.
I like this idea. Now. I like this idea. I'm off for 3 days, guys. Mm-hmm. Here we go. We're gonna do a marathon.
A marathon? Oh, I'm not off for 3 days. I gotta wait.
Chad will just have his camera on him when he goes to sleep. It'll be watch Chad. Well, what was that movie where they videoed everything he did in his life, and he lived in a fake world.
Oh yeah, the Truman Show.
Yeah, the Truman Show. That's what we're gonna do to you.
Yeah, okay.
It'll be the voice show.
Yeah. Corey, you want to come on, man, or we can send you the link. All you need is a phone.
Anybody else that wants to come on, you just say, "I want to come on," and we'll send you the link. Yeah, Truman. Patrick got it as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Yes.
Here we go. Yes, this was where I was originally. I want the orange FIMI Mini. If they pop that up tomorrow, I think that's going to be the one thing that makes me say, okay, I got to get it. Just, I wanted the orange one. But
we didn't really touch on that. Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't really go back fully into that whole crazy chaotic way FIMI is doing things. Like, it's complete bullshit the way they're selling this, and that's how. I mean, I think it's complete bullshit the way they've put this thing out there. And, I didn't get to the email. That's what it was.
Okay.
Okay, so I talked about Gorilla Man having his problems and stuff, and then we have a whole new segment here. Mm-hmm. So, I really am appreciative of those who share their problems. So, Gorilla Man, I don't comment on your channel very much. I do watch all your stuff. I see the stuff you're posting in the FIMI group, and I interact with you there. But I do see your videos, and I see what's going on and the problems you're having. And that is great that you are sharing that stuff. And you guys are all going to be kind of shocked and amazed by this if you read into it the way I do. And I think it's very clear to read in this way. So we still have 42 people, and I'm glad I'm touching base on this, because this is very important, and I think it's kind of dirty on FIMI's point or part. But okay, so you got shady business. I mentioned in some of the stuff I've talked about in videos prior that red flags. I'm always looking for the red flags. I am not one about conspiracy theories and all this creating bullshit that just isn't there in front of us. Like making you go through a maze to have this whole thought process go from A to Z. What's right in front of you and obvious is what I look at. So you release a standard, a 250 quad standard that's over 250. So it's not a sub 250 quad. Okay, there's a red flag right there, because they say there's a Pro version battery. This Pro version battery isn't going to be in existence till June. So far, that's what they're saying, June. So then you have, and it does exist. Some people have showed it. But then you have this orange version. Okay, no big deal. Who cares? But you're showing it. You're showing it like it's it's coming soon, or it's an option now. But no, it is not. They did this to us with the black and the charcoal. It didn't show for a while after they showed it, and then when they did, you had a tiny batch that you had to just be kind of a lucky clicker, and you got that baby. Now you can find them on Amazon and stuff, but it took a long time to where they're readily available like that. So here is what blew me away. And this is why, if you were here in the very beginning of the show, I was asking if drone syndrome was in the house. Mm-hmm. My last video, I think it was my last video talking about this whole mini saga, he commented about something that FIMI, he's been in contact back and forth with FIMI customer support, and something that they told him. And he just gave me a rough little ditty about it. And I simply commented to him, I said, I would really love to see that email, and I would love to see your reaction. I'd love to have seen the reaction on your face when you read that email. So all I was just doing is saying that. I wasn't expecting him to show it to me or anything like that. And he did say, I don't want to show the person's name or anything that works there to get them in trouble. And I totally agree with that. So then what he ended up doing is, on Drone Syndrome's community page, you don't need to go running away from us and go check it out now. You can look at it later, but I'm going to read it to you. So he sent it to me, and what it was is, or he sent me a message telling me to go to his community page. So then I copied it on my phone here. I took a screenshot. But he was asking them about the Pro battery. And they say, hi, only the standard version of the battery is currently available. And the professional version of the battery will not start production until June. Okay, this we talked about. No big deal. It is a big deal, but not that alarming. The current standard version of drones is actually in small amount of trial production. So the minute I read that part right there, the small amount of trial production, the key word there is trial. What does that say to you? So I kind of pondered that, and then I read this other one he put up that they said, you can wait for the Pro battery. Now FIMI products are unstable. Now I think now you always have to take into account translation. So I think when they say now FIMI products are unstable, that might be this person's way of saying, you know what, it's early stages, there's some bugs to work out. So I don't think they really meant to use the word unstable, but that's alarming to hear that. And then they say FIMI's policy is to find and solve problems in the trial production. So remember what I read to you before. The current standard version of drones is actually in a small amount of trial production. So all your pre-orders, everybody that's got one right now, Chad, the one that's coming to your doorstep very soon, Thursday.
Mm-hmm. It could
so
be
the
Thursday,
the one that's coming to your doorstep on Thursday. You're a tester. We all know we're testers when it comes to like Hubsan, but this is the first I've seen FIMI's put out some things that have some bugs and problems, and they last a long, long time. But to come out and flat out say FIMI's policy is to find and solve problems in the trial production. That means we're really not testing them as much. We're relying on you, the first buyers. Thank God I didn't jump in on that one, but
now you're gonna make me feel bad now? Okay.
No, because that's why I am so appreciative of people that are these channels that are actually showing and not hiding. Mm-hmm. And that's why that's why these came to mind when I put them up. You've got Gavin HR. He's doing a decent job as a fairly new channel, I believe. I already said what I thought about Captain Drone, but Gorilla Man's Garage, he's got the issues, he's got the problems, he's sharing it, and he's bringing awareness. FIMI needs to see it because they have a trial version here. You can tell I'm getting a little excited. Mansour Ali, forget about it. Don't watch him because he's a seller. He's not going to point out these issues and problems, and all you have to do is do what I just said and do the opposite of what I just said. Go and watch and you'll see. He's more of he's a salesman. Idaho quadcopter, just take it with a grain of salt. I'm sorry. He's been doing this 3 or 4 years, and at his level, he still looks like a complete amateur, just trying to bring the drone in and keep it steady. It's almost ready to take his head off. And he does not totally call out the stuff. He just doesn't want to be he doesn't want to be confrontational. He just wants to be that good guy channel, and he's good at doing that. He's a likable character. That's, I think, why a lot of people like to watch Idaho quadcopter. But he's not going to tell you things until things don't go his way. When he has a catastrophic prop failure or something like that, or drops it and didn't get a replacement. So, I mean, because that's what it took for him to start holding up the DJI Mini too and saying, I guarantee if I dropped this, it wouldn't break, stuff like that. That's silly. Steve's Drones, ADK Drones, he's a total FIMI fanboy for the most part. He does have the Air 2S, I believe, but if you look at his channel, you're going to see FIMI fanboy because it's a total bunch of FIMI stuff. But he does not do that. He's showing everything for what it is. Vignettes there, Crooked Horizon pops up, things like that. So most of his videos point down because he lives in a beautiful wilderness area of the Adirondacks. So, and then, like I said, Sammy's Tech Tips. You're never going to see another thing from him except cell phones. He was just tricking everybody.
Uh,
With the loaner quad that he probably had to give back to the employee at FIMI is where he probably got it. But yeah,
okay, yeah, he was like one of the first ones that got the drone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had that, you know.
Yeah. Okay, I remember now.
So, what's your take on that email? Like, that's something really you should say to customers. I mean,
yeah, I'm surprised they said it. I mean, just flat out just said, well, yeah, these are test units, and
yeah,
you know,
like
trying
I
to work out the kinks right
understand.
now.
I understand the one part. They probably bad translation, used the wrong word, but they made it clear on the trial 2 times, 2 separate replies. They made it clear to that. So it's crazy. Yeah, I'm sorry, Joe. I'm gonna call you Dronography just because I really like it the way it rolls. Dronography. I'm sorry. I did forget to mention Al. Al's a crazy nut.
Yeah, I call him a mad scientist, man.
He is a crazy freaking nut. Like his last video, you mentioned, why did he have to stand on the other side of the rail? Dude, you're gonna fall. Like
he just had knee surgery.
I was going to say, let's not break the new equipment. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, but yeah, I like this comment though. Chad is sweating bullets.
I know. Now that I bought the FIMI.
But we're also putting a lot of pressure on you now. No, but you're honest. I mean, you report when you have problems. Like when your Zino 2 goofed up on you and you disappeared with it for a while. Your video was "I'm back" or "It's back," you know, and you explained the bullshit that you had with it. So, you know, you don't hide. Let's go back to Bill the Drone Reviewer. What did he do? He sold it. Just you have problems with it, sell it. Let's not talk about it on my channel. Let's not tell everybody what my problems were. That's terrible. It's terrible. So down to 37, which still I'm amazed.
Yeah,
we're going
pretty good.
Going an hour and a half, and that many
this was
people.
like two hours in advance.
Yeah, I just want to tell everyone I love you. I'm not a man afraid of saying those words to you. I love you. Chad doesn't. Okay. Chad's a real hard ass. Asshole.
You know my background.
But yeah,
man.
checking out Duranify. Yeah, I did forget to mention him, and it's not that I don't take him as a serious reviewer. He's so passionate. He's really into what he's doing, but I see him in a different light. And I think Chad does too, to the point where Chad said the nutty professor. Like, I just look for the next crazy thing he's going to do next. Or mad scientist. I'm sorry, nutty professor. Mad scientist.
He does some,
yeah, like I'm waiting to see what crazy thing he's going to do next. It's like, oops. Yeah, what crazy thing he's going to do next. It's like, you know, he's piggybacking quads where it's like, okay, now we got $2,000 flying in the air. You know, it's like,
yeah.
And if anybody has seen my video, that video did not get the views I really thought it would get. I don't necessarily care so much about views, but when you're really excited about a video, you really do want to see views. Mm. When we were together and I put the Skydio 2 tracking beacon on my Mavic Air 2, I thought that would get, and it really created some beautiful scenery. The camera from the Skydio is what was amazing on that.
Yeah.
But Duranify said he was going to do that. I think he said it in one of my videos, or he messaged me and just said, I'm going to do that. That's one of the things. I am so glad I didn't see him do that, because he has a lot of close calls. Mm-hmm. And I'm afraid if he does that, he's already wrecked the Skydio. He's already sunk the Skydio once.
Yes, that's right.
They sent it back. I was amazed that they replaced it, but yeah, they replaced it.
Yeah, I was going to reach out to him because I'm only like maybe an hour 15 minutes from him, because I wanted to go down to Richmond to do a night flight near the city. And I was going to, actually I did leave a message on one of his videos asking, for any suggestions, letting him know I'm trying to get down there, but he hasn't replied yet. So Al, if you're listening, any suggestions?
He's definitely the king of piggybacks. I'll give him that. Like he's done a good bit of them.
King of I wouldn't have never.
But he's also going to show you. He falls under the category of he's going to show you what exists. He's not hiding anything from you. Was it his FIMI that just took a dive? Remember when it fell and went down by the tracks?
Mm-hmm.
Like he zoomed in on it, he slow-moed it. I mean, he showed it to where you could study it and try to figure out what happened. And he'll show you that kind of stuff. Like, and he's not bad-mouthed, and he's just look what happened to me. This isn't a widespread problem. It's what happened to me. But he's sharing it.
He put that thing all back together too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He
Yeah.
never got the Zino 2 to go back though. He said he was going to send it to me, and I never heard another thing. Because he tried and tried and tried, but he couldn't. It's got power on issues, and I've got a ton of parts to pretty much almost build him one. I don't know why he didn't send it, but yeah, he's one. So I forgot to mention him. You see how you guys can say something, and I'll go on for 15, 20 minutes on it. I'm so long-winded.
They wanted us to stay on, so
yeah.
That's cool. We still got 40, I think.
But
41.
people love the piggyback drones.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's talking about it. That was awesome, man. I loved that video. Oh no, maybe he might be talking about when I did the Skydio 2.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing more of that. Right now, below me is the case for the Skydio 2 and the case for the Autel Evo 2. That's the next one I'm doing it with. So that's going to be coming up. Hopefully, I'm going to say let's just say with the way I'm given weather out here, like I'm off for 3 days of rain. Like 3 days is when I can go out and fly drones, and it's rain. So when you guys see me pumping out a lot of videos of here's my favorite case, here's what I bought today, things like that, or the latest breaking news on the minis, it's because I'm stuck. There's no sunshine and beautiful weather outside. It's poured down rain all day. Yeah. So I guess some people watch, some people in here saw my video with that, and you were there, you witnessed it. That was cool because we had no idea. It's terrible to say that in the world of line of sight, but we had no idea where that quad was. We didn't even know if it was tracking it until I brought because I'm flying the Air 2 with the beacon on it and just hoping. And that was the very first flight with the Skydio 2 ever. I never flew it prior to that. Just slap that beacon on there with a piece of Velcro, fly the Air 2. And then didn't know if it was still there until we saw that Air 2 come back. And next thing you know, you see Skydio go whoo, right over top of us. And it was like, this is going to be cool. Because you have no idea what's on that SD card until you look at it. So, and it made some pretty cool maneuvers. The way it went up. My favorite, I think, was when it turned around backwards at the waterfall. And it ascended real high and then just kind of did a little turn, and that view is just beautiful. And the camera, I've never touched the settings on that camera. It is what it is. I mean, and I don't have to touch it. I don't have filters for it. It's a beautiful camera. So
Patrick
more
O'Neill.
content of that coming on.
That comment from Patrick O'Neill. I'm not sure. Would like to see a QC guy appearance show.
Where is he? Down low?
Would
you like to see a QC guy / Chad B appearance show? What's that?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Like what? We just appear like Waldo? Just pop up? Oh, we'll pop up in other people's videos. We'll go to other people's countries or country. I'd love to be able to have that that ability to be able to just go to anybody's country. But yeah, we'll just start going to people's channels, and we'll pop up in the background of their videos.
Yeah, show up on their turf and be like,
Yeah, what do you mean there, Patrick? I'm not sure there.
Yeah, Dustin.
Dustin Dunnell. His
he
stuff
does.
seems pretty in depth. Yeah, it is, but
Yeah, he does.
I think he's more into, let's see, like, I love Dustin. What attracted me to his channel was what I like to do, range flights. and
That was
he'll
me
do
too.
it. And he'll do it the way I do it. He'll bring it back empty. You know, that battery is sucking itself like a dried up lemon as it's flying back. And he does it better than I ever could. Where he lives, let's face it, he's got the perfect place. Like, he can go all kinds of places and just fly for miles. So yeah, but I don't know that's not what he. I still want to know what Patrick was talking about.
Yeah.
Chris, are you going to purchase a smart controller for your Autel Evo 2? Hell no, I'm not going to purchase that. Autel Evo 2's got little bugs. Autel Evo 2's not as perfect as everybody wants to jump up and say it is. I think a lot of people are afraid to admit that DJI is still putting out something better. I'm not a fanboy of anything. I like anything that works, and I mean, I love my Skydio. I still love my Paradenofi. That's one you don't see a lot, because when I do take it out with me, I just fly it. Just fly it. You don't see a lot of mini stuff. Like the one I put where I threaded the needle, and I just put like 2-3 videos back where I brought that mini through the branches.
That was tight.
It should have freaking crashed. I wasn't going to publish that video. I was just flying for fun that day. And I was like, you know what? I have to make a video out of that. So the rest of the footage I added to that, it wasn't stuff I really was trying to make into anything cinematic. You can tell it's not perfect, but you know, I was just sitting out there on the edge, seeing how close I could get to the waterfall, and sometimes it looked like it was coming on top of me. I didn't put those in because my angles and stuff are just completely out of focus, but there was times where I was way too close to that water, because when the Mini's up against the waterfall, you can't see it. I'm only a little bit away, but you can't see it. So you're total FPV. But yeah, so you know, I wasn't meaning to put out footage on it that day. And going back to the smart controller, I'm not gonna get sucked into that at all. It's that thing. They are way overpriced on that. Throw in the price tag. Throw in the price tag on that, Ricky, if that's what I don't know if you like to be called Ricky or Rick, but throw in that price tag. It's expensive. And I won't buy it on DJI either, because you know, then you go and buy this model, it doesn't work with the smart controller. It's all about the smart controller. It's crazy.
Oh, we have a couple of videos, Patrick.
Where's that? Oh yeah, Patrick. Last year this time, Chad and I were making videos in Virginia. I thought Patrick was like, I seem to recall you being around a while. You better hit the bell. Hit the bell. Be a subscriber to both channels and hit that bell for notifications. Because last year, my mom had passed away. Coming up next month, it'll be a year anniversary. But prior to that, my mom was battling cancer. And I was going home almost every single time I had a day off. So I was almost there every week. And, you know, caring for her, there was times where I just needed to get away and just, you get a little breath and have some good laughs and happy times. And that's where I'm so appreciative that I met this guy here, because I wouldn't have had the fun I had out flying if it wasn't for him. I would have always been out flying around by myself. And, you know, through him, you know, I got to meet a couple of great other guys. Did he ever say he wanted to come in?
Who was that? Corey?
Corey.
No, he never said.
But I got to meet Corey, Darnell, and go out and fly with all of them at one time. And so there's plenty of videos with me and Chad together out flying, actually. So
actually, I'm gonna put like our first meeting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna.
That was at the boardwalk.
Yeah, that was at the boardwalk. I'm gonna put the link in the chat.
Okay.
This is my videos early on, so don't critique.
Oh God, he's so weird about his videos. You guys have no idea what goes on behind the scenes with this guy and his videos. Like, you better watch every minute of his videos because, for one, they're worth it. But the shit he goes through and the things he thinks about, like, he's like, man, I'm so frustrated. I've been working on this video for 2 days and blah, 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 such and such. And I'm like, dude, I would not even notice that. Like, one time he's like, my hat was on crooked during that. I had to retake it. And I'm like, you're freaking kidding me. So that's why I made that comment in your last video about your hat's crooked. I said, dude, your hat's crooked and your collar's messed up.
My hat was a little crooked.
See, and I was joking, and I looked. I'm like, no, it's not crooked. But I'm going to say it anyway. Like, I was trying to look for something. The only thing I could find was your collar was crooked.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, this guy's ridiculous. He's a YouTube video princess. You better watch all his shit. No, but I made the comment a couple videos ago. It's amazing to see where you started and where you are now, and that is very true. So what you said about warning, it's an early video, that just shows everybody how much you've come along. Dude, you are going to skyrocket past me so fast. Like, you're on a fast. I'm not kidding. I mean, you're already a good bit over 5,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I just hit that. Actually, I hit that on the 18th.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't grow real fast. Like, it depends on where I'm at, what's going on with drones. In the wintertime, I slow down because I don't go out and do a lot of flights outside. Yeah. If you add up all the time I took off while my mom had cancer, my only things I was putting out was when you and I were together. Mm-hmm. And we did a couple lives with Josh. But if you add it all up, I took 7 months off of my YouTube channel. If you add it all up compared to what I mean, my subscriber base fell. So you put out the good content. You're not having to pump out a lot of it. You're only doing like once a week, and you're flying. So. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean flying quads. I mean, you're flying as far as you get tons of views. Your videos are well liked. You can see what you put into them. So
I appreciate that.
Guys, go back and look at his old stuff when I met you. You were new at it.
Yeah, actually, when we met, I was probably only like 3 months in.
You only had the FIMI, and you had just got the Zino, right?
Yeah,
the Zino 2. Yeah. So it was like you were meeting a big star that day.
Yeah. I know. You guys check out that video. You see my reaction.
He brought donuts too.
Yeah, I brought donuts and everything. Donuts and coffee. Put up a tent.
But then you quickly realize this guy, he's just a joker, and he cusses like a sailor, and he breaks the rules.
Oh man, that's funny.
I'm out flying with Chad and the other guys, and they're all saying, "I'm at 100 feet. I'm at 200." Here's Chris. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you.
Yeah, we had a little range test challenge, I think, that day, whatever.
We had some fun chasing each other, trying to keep them nose to tail, and then the other person would hit the brakes.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah,
Corey.
That was the Zino
Corey's
race.
Doing laundry.
Oh, he's doing laundry.
Corey, you're going to make a good housewife someday, buddy. I love you.
Make sure you check out the 1 minute and 53 second. Is that the video that I put out? Just put a link to or something?
Am I missing?
Corey just commented.
Oh.
I think it's probably...
Sure, you check out 153. Is that in that video that you just put out?
I want to check real quick. Let me see. I am not sure.
Either he's watching it right now or he's got a hell of a good memory.
Yeah, that was over a year. That was in February. Was it February? Of when did I? No, it was March of last year.
Oh yes, that Maverick Air 2. I think it's pretty pathetic that my biggest views I've ever gotten is like 50,000. But that's where that video is at. Like anything else isn't over like 20,000, I think. But That's where I think that video is at. The one I did with Josh.
Is that the 50,000?
I think it's at 50,000 right now.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I only occasionally somebody will pop up now and make a comment on it, but it's still circulating. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was lucky. Mm-hmm. Such pilot skill that day. My God.
Yeah, you definitely got lucky on that. Did I cut out my camera? I think I need to. I'm frozen.
Yeah, you are frozen.
Yeah, hold tight. Let me see here. Let me see if I can switch the camera on and off again or something. I don't know. Go to
link to Chad B's channel. It's not in the description. But you just posted. Yeah, Chad B. If you guys search Chad B, it's really hard to find on search.
So Chad B drones.
But if you do Chad B in Mavic Air 2 or Chad B in Mavic Mini, Chad B in Air 2S, he'll come right up. That's something if you guys don't do it. Like if you want to find somebody's specific video, like somebody's always asked me, Chris, have you done a video on replacing this leg for this drone? I always tell them, just type in QC guy and what you're looking for, and it'll take you straight to that video. So like you don't have to even have our channel link or anything. It'll take you right at it. Damn it, I'm all by myself again. There he is. I'm going to just take him out until he shows up.
Yeah, something's wrong with my camera.
I can hear you, so you just tell me when you pop up. Did your battery die?
I don't know. I have the thing on. I have the battery pack in there.
But Corey, what in Chad's video? Okay, so Corey, what was it in Chad's video at 1:53? Just because I'm not able to watch right now at 1 minute and I think what do you say 1 minute and 53 seconds?
Which video though? Because I'm trying to figure out which one.
The one you posted the link to? I don't even see where you posted the link. Oh, there it is.
The Hubsan Zino 2 Max Range.
Yeah, this one. Chris and I first met.
Yeah, 1 minute. I'm driving in a car at 1 minute and 53 seconds. So,
all right, Corey. Sorry, you have to give us more detail than that, dude.
Holy crap, man! Hey, I'm gonna leave and then come back. All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So we still have 33 people in the house now. It's open chat time. You want to do a QC guy? I hate talking in third person. You want to do a Q&A? Ask me anything you want, whatever you want. I might not be able to answer everything because I don't really know anything, but ask any question you want. Talk about anything you want. Pop it up in the comment. If it grabs my attention, I will talk about it. Right back at you, brothers. Hey Siri, how fast can a swallow? Oops, do not disturb. Hey Siri. I guess it's because I have it. Let's ask her. Hey Amazon, how fast can a swallow fly?
Swallows can reach a speed up to 35.5 miles per hour.
35.5 miles an hour. You thought you'd get me on that one, didn't you? Oops, where am I at? Okay, so that answers that question. Everybody needed to know that too, I guarantee it. I need business cards for you both. Always sending new people to both of your reviews and tutorials. I really appreciate that, Corey. I don't know that I'll ever have business cards, but maybe I'll send you some of my decals, and then you just say, hey, check out this guy's channel, and they can put decals on whatever. Yeah, I remember you mentioned that before in our chat, in our three-way messaging, private message, that people come up to you and then you always refer them. So I really appreciate that. What happened with the last Zino 2 update? Are we talking about a firmware update? Was I supposed to give some sort of update? I don't know. I haven't done anything much with the Zino 2 Plus or the Zino Pro Plus. They're really pissing me off with this battery crap. So I'm not dying to do anything for them on those, which I hope we don't run into any silly battery games with this Zino Mini. That's what we should start calling it, the Zini Pro. So yeah, I don't know what you're talking about there. I'm very sorry. I have not done any firmware update though. If you're talking about that, I'm not going to update my 2 Plus. I'm leaving it alone. I've learned from my mistakes. European or African? All right. What are you talking about, Patrick? Are we talking? I don't know what he's talking about. European or African? Are we talking about how fast they swallow? That's what I thought. Yeah, we're talking about how fast they fly. I don't know. I'm not gonna ask her. Just a panning shot of us looking down. Oh, is that what you were talking about in his video? To go look at that part. Remember us all doing, Corey? Remember us all doing the droney? We did a little, I don't know, quadcopter tribute and did the droney. Question for Chris. What annoys you the most about the drone community? Oh, dude, that is a great question. What annoys me the most about the drone community is how everybody acts like we are a community. Like we are this happy peace and love. That's kind of why I do the peace and love at the end of my videos. That's actually Ringo Starr, though. Ringo Starr is the peace and love. I watch a lot of Howard Stern, and Howard Stern does the peace and love soundbite all the time of Ringo Starr. So that's why I started adding peace and love at the end of my videos, is because of Ringo Starr. But it's not a community of brotherly love amongst channels. It's a clique. Everybody's a clique. And I don't like cliques. I don't want to be in a clique. I think it's so high school and silly. Like, let's go on to the Drone Nation, okay? I'm going to use that as an example. That part of the drone community annoys the shit out of me. And I'm not going to get into all the details of why I hate, and I'm using the strong word hate, I don't know, quadcopter. It was because of a comment made about during my mom's time with cancer. I spent a lot of time talking about that. That's how I kind of vented and how I got through it. I shared with you guys because people were praying for my mother. Well, it was said that I was tugging at heartstrings for subscribers by Idaho Quadcopter to somebody he thought what he was talking privately with that shared me the screenshots. Could those be fake? Sure. When brought to his attention, what did he do? He blocked me from everything and hid. So I'm sorry, you're guilty. If somebody ever made that accusation towards me, I would say something, and I would say, whoa, put on the brakes. I did not say that, or if I did say it, I would say, I am terribly sorry. I fucked up, and I am an asshole. So, getting back to that community, the only one I like out of that community is Ron Brown. Ron Brown's great. Love Ron Brown. Learn a lot from him on camera stuff. I wish he would bail out of that group, because everybody else in that whole group, it's the clickiest group of little crybabies. I'm sorry, Brian from True Drone Reviews is one of them. He just, I used to like him, but he's one that liked to stir up crap. He would always put in these little digs or plant these little fires with people in the group to, something about QC guy. But nothing. He wouldn't say anything bad, but he would plant the seed and then try to make something grow. Just like Ido quadcopter broke his FIMI X8, and Chad's there, but he's not there. And then all these people were saying, send it to QC guy, send it to QC guy. Despite how I feel about you, if he would have reached out and said, hey, Chris, you know, I know things are bad between us. Can you fix my FIMI X8? Absolutely, I would, because that's the type of person I am. I would definitely have fixed Idaho's quad. But all these people were saying, send it to me. And then what does Brian go and say? I wouldn't send QC guy a broken popsicle stick. Ha, 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 ha. It's that kind of shit. It's little bitches. So that type of community sucks. And there's a lot of that. If you look at these big channels, you'll see they're all cliquey as well. They only talk about each other. Where, you know, I try not to be like that. I talk about everybody. I just gave off a whole list of a very wide spectrum. So here I am giving you an extremely large answer to your question. Your question about what annoys me the most about the drone community. It's the YouTube channel side that annoys me the most. The other thing that I would say annoys me the most is just the petty ones that watch your video. I have people watch my videos and say, you should do a sound check before you publish the video. Mm-hmm. If you listen to some videos on certain laptops or whatever, those speakers completely suck. You can crank them up and they suck. I think, Chad, have my past handful of videos, has the sound been bad on them?
No.
I test everything at 50%. Mm-hmm. That's how I test my volume. At 50%, if it's loud, I always do the same decibel level anyhow. So, I mean, I have a gain control on the back of my mic. It's always at the same spot. It's always the same distance. Usually it's about right here where you can't see it because I don't like to have the mic in front of my face. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, it's that kind of stuff there when people are petty about that. Or the guy that said last week, I actually laughed at it, but it's like, why do you take the time to say this? I'm sorry you sound so bored. That's what he said to me in my video. Like, he did compliment the video, but he says, but I'm sorry you're so bored. And I'm just like, well, why did you have to even say that part? Like, couldn't you leave it at the video? You like the video, but I don't need pat on the backs and I don't need attaboys on everything. So, boy, that was a long answer. Did you get were you here for the question about the swallow? Did you hear that? Mm-hmm. I said, ask me anything. And I was asked how fast a swallow can go. Mm-hmm. And I guess they thought I couldn't answer that one, but it's 35.5 miles per hour.
A swallow?
Yeah. I
don't know what the hell is it. Like a regular person? Oh, the bird. I'm like, okay. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Actually, I asked, you know who behind me. I asked that electrical device that answers questions.
Alexa?
Like,
or
no,
Google?
well, yeah, but I've got her under another name. Amazon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She's not gonna say anything. But yeah, so I was doing a Q&A. Joe, you want a decal? Anybody, if something like that, like I don't ever offer that kind of stuff because I think, who wants my decal? The only time people get my decals is when I work on their quads and I just pimp their quad with my decal, and I don't do it to everybody. It's if I feel like I can get away with it. Some people I might offend if I go and put my decal on their quad. Sometimes I throw them in the box. But Joe, if you want one, I'll give you one. I mean, I'll mail you one. Just if you're on Facebook, send me a message. Go on my channel where my information is and get my email address. Send me an email and give me your address, and I'll send you a decal. I think I have white, black, and green. So they're QC guy. You guys seen them? About yay big. They fit on the top of a quad, the top nose. But yeah, I mean, I'm honored that anybody wants my decal. I never think to ask or give one out. It all started with Floyd. That's how I started with the decals.
No, really? I thought it was before that.
No. When I got the Zino 2, it was first firmware update. It was temporarily bricked. I hang my drones on the wall. So it was another brick on the wall. And that's Pink Floyd. So I named it Floyd. And one of my subscribers, he's not in here, he made me a decal that said Floyd and said, do you want anything else? I said, I'd like QC guy. And I said, I'd like it in green. And he gave me green, black, and white. And he gave me like 100 of each color.
Nice.
I have like 100 Floyds. If anybody's named Floyd and you want it in the Pink Floyd script, I've got it.
Nice.
I only used a couple of them, but he had to print them on sheets. So, multiple on sheets. So yeah, Joe, if you want a decal, I'm more than happy to give you a decal. Anybody else you want a decal, I'm happy to give you a decal. I'm not going to charge anybody for them. Any other questions that I didn't grab? Yeah, and I hate drone police. Somebody mentioned that. Yeah, I hate the drone police with a passion. Chad agrees with me 100% on that. We can't stand the drone police. Just a bunch of Barney, I call them Barney Fifes. They get usually it's the ones that get their Part 107 license and think it comes with a badge. Or they're making a living at it is usually the case. So they're pissed off that Joe Schmo here thinks he can do what the hell he wants, and he's ruining the hobby for the whole community. Fuck you. So
yeah. Did you watch Windswept Roberts video that I sent you
yes,
about the drone police? Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't understand why you sent me that. Like, or was it just because of the drone police?
Yeah, because of the drone police.
I don't know why. I accidentally kicked on that one.
Yeah, for those who
I did watch it, but I was like, why did he want me to watch this? Like,
oh yeah, it was not because of drone police. That's all.
Okay,
it was a pretty good one. It was a good one. But for those who probably aren't aware, you probably didn't see my live or anything. But yeah, I was reported to the FAA one time, and I went through this whole story on one of my lives, but I posted something in the Facebook group, and this guy who's a Part 107, he also has a drone channel. He's a Part 107 pilot, and felt that me flying at night as a hobbyist. Well, I was under the impression that I was a hobbyist, but technically, we'll get into that a little later. I don't actually want to get into that part of it, but he reported me to the FAA for basically having a channel monetized without having Part 107 and also, flying at night and all that stuff. So, I contacted the FAA. Well, they contacted me via email because, I am registered with the FAA. And I contacted them immediately and actually talk to them, and then they closed it out as me being like as a counseling session, really, educating me on what I should be doing and what
you didn't ignore them, you didn't give them a hard time, you didn't fight back.
No, I didn't fight back, and whatever, just listen to them, and that's it. Just listen, and didn't really say too much. Let them talk, let them tell me, what I should be doing and what I should be doing, and that was it. And got my Part 107 a week later, scored a 90 on it. So 90 on the test.
Look at the big brain on Chad.
Yeah. But anyway, I went and got that because I would just want to shut these Part 107, Barney Fife's Deputy Deweys out there. Just, don't give them any fuel to.
Don't give them that one bullet.
Yeah, that one bullet, because, you're always a target. I know I'm going to be a target, so whatever. So I just went and got and I was already in the process of studying for it. This just actually expedited the whole process. So I went and got it, and, so they shouldn't say anything else to me, hopefully, unless they nitpick about some bullshit.
But
So,
here's what pissed me off about that whole thing, and I've told you multiple times because it pisses me off that much, is once you said you were going to get it, they said it's like, oh, it still pisses me off just thinking about it. How they said, basically, keep in mind, you're at a different standard now. That's what creates these Barney Fives. They're like, oh, I'm an elite. I got my 107, and then they become a-holes.
yeah.
But it pissed me off that they said that to you because no, I don't feel that way. You're complying. You're going to fly under the laws, but they're kind of trying to tell you how you need to conduct yourself on your channel now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's like you're going to be in real big trouble, buddy, now if you break the rules because you're 107. You know what I mean? That's how it comes off. Like, it's like you became a safety patrol and you have to, you better not break those same rules that you bet when you tell those kids not to run, you better not run, like.
I mean, you do actually have more advantages now. You can actually do things that you couldn't do as a hobbyist. Now,
True.
Things you can do, like fly 400 feet above a structure, the tallest structure or something. You have to be Part 107 licensed, Part 107 certificate holder in order to do that. I mean, some people think, you can just fly 400 feet above.
Right, and if that's important to you, then great. But that's not important to me. Like, what structure am I flying over? You know what I mean? Like, look at where I'm at. Look at my flights. I don't have a whole lot of structure to fly over. So I mean, and I don't have a purpose of. It's not a business thing. The business people, that's something that would be appealing to them, and they have to have a 107 license, and they can do that kind of thing. But the other things that it gives you, some of the other things that it gives you a little more free reign to do. Is where I say, and this might piss a lot of 107s off. It might piss a lot of people off. It's where I say I don't give a shit, and I'm still gonna do things my way. You guys haven't seen me out there putting harm to people. You haven't seen me doing anything terrible, but I'm doing things that technically are not what the FAA wants me to do. But I don't give a shit. I'm going to do it because I think I am practicing safe flights. Half the time I'm over the water. I'm sorry, fish. I'm sorry. It's like. So yeah, I don't. What got us started on that?
Me actually. I'm sorry. The FAA.
That's right. Okay. All right.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
No. I just wanted to make sure I didn't if it was somebody's comment or something that I needed to pick back up on them. A couple people.
It was the drone police. Somebody said something about drone police, I think.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but another thing, another cool thing I think I'm able to do now is fly from a moving car. I mean, however, it needs to be like in a sparsely populated area, but that's something from a moving car. Not being the driver, but
right.
Yeah, something. I mean, I might try to do that at one point. I know someone else, another YouTuber, did it recently, but that'd be cool to do.
And see, if I want to do that, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to put the Skydio beacon on top of my car, and I'm going to be like, I'm going to be driving, and I'll be like, where'd I put the beacon? Where's my drone? Oh shit, I left it. And meanwhile, it's following me, and then I can just play stupid. And I mean, there's loopholes. Just like I don't fly on my channel anymore, guys. If you noticed, all my videos are flown by my new flight buddy, and that's forgot his name.
It's your buddy, and you forgot his name.
It's Herbert.
Herbert, yeah.
Herbert, like Herbert the pervert on Family Guy.
No,
So
okay.
He's much younger than Herbert the pervert, but he's a he's a grumpy son of a bitch.
Is that the one, the whistling dude? The one
Yeah.
who speaks with, you know,
Hey there, little boy.
Without saying his name, but you know who reminds us.
I remember you saying it, but I forget who it is.
Okay.
Oh yes, now I remember. Yeah, I won't say his name.
Okay.
So somebody else on here said I want a QC guy T-shirt. I'll make some shirts up. I've got one myself. I'm a little disappointed in it because it's fading after some washes, where other shirts have way outlasted that. But I have a local here that actually used to be my boys' coach. My two boys, I have twins, used to be their coach. He has a company where he does shirts, coats, company jerseys, things like that. So maybe I'll ask him to make me up some QC guy shirts. I'm not going to do a whole big flood of them, but enough that I think people might want to buy. So those I would have to sell. I wouldn't be able to give those away free, but I would just sell them to you at cost. So yeah, you want a shirt? Maybe I'll work on that and I'll announce it in an upcoming video.
You know what I forgot to mention? If you guys haven't already joined our Facebook group, I'm going to put a link in there right now, and feel free to join. Just answer the few non-evasive questions, and we'll sign you up.
And Chad's the one that approves people, not me.
Yeah, it's just a few questions.
Actually, he approves people, and then the ones that he doesn't approve, he'll never deny them. He'll leave them in a list, and then I'll go in there one day and see there's some that have been there for like weeks, and I'm like, decline, because they don't answer the questions. Yeah. And that just means the questions are only there to make sure that you're not just coming in there. It's usually the ones that don't answer the questions are ones that want to come in and sell their merch, or they're invited by somebody, but they don't even know they were invited. Well, you don't want to pull people in that don't even know they're invited. They don't necessarily get the notification and read it. If they've read it, then they would say, yeah, I do want to be in this group. So, but yeah, it's him. He's the one that approves it, not me. So make sure you answer the questions.
Yes, I don't have the heart to deny somebody.
And I need to apologize in advance for that group. It's QC. No, that was QC Drone Home. It's the game of drones, and it's where you come to share your photography, videography, any model you have, and all you do is when you post and share your YouTube videos or just a video clip, you just put in the description of what you shot it at, your camera settings, and little information like that, and then share tips and tricks. And I need to apologize to people because I am just not active in that group. None of us are. Hugh's not. Greg's not. None of us are active in it. It's, busy lives. It's hard to do stuff. Hugh's starting up a business with photography type stuff and videography. You don't do anything. I mean, you're just at home all day. I don't understand why you're not active, but
I got kids and get a job.
Yeah. Aside from doing these videos and these lives that we do, we work 40 hours a week. He's got young kids. I'm working on, I work on at least a quad a day for somebody. I don't know how I fit in the stuff I fit in. So that, and you're answering all the questions from your videos. You're active in these Facebook groups you're a part of. I've got the help and support group, which thank God I have great members in that take care of pretty much everything. I just step in when I see somebody's been unanswered for too long. So, that stuff keeps us very, very busy. So, what we really hoped for out of this group, as far as our own interaction, it hasn't been what I expected or what I wanted. But I will say John Carroll is a big member in that one, to where he's very active. And John Carroll should...
he left already.
Yeah, he should get a little prize or something for keeping that group alive.
Yeah.
Thank you, Patrick. We're still going. When people see 2.5 hours, they're gonna be like, "Nope, not gonna watch that." But
Yeah.
I don't care about live streams being rewatched.
We still got like 40. We still got 40.
Yeah, and it amazes me when people do rewatch. Like, I'll go back and check tomorrow, and there's like 300 views, and I'm like, 300 people? I mean, I know they didn't watch the whole thing, but yeah.
Oops, sorry.
Especially if you know, like you're not here. Like all these people, I named their channels, and none of them are here. Like, you know, I like Frederick Johnson. I mean, it would have been nice if he popped in. I don't know if he even subscribes to my channel. But, you know, like Gavin, I don't interact with him. So stuff like that, maybe, you know, these guys will hear, hey, you got a shout out, and they'll come back and watch. So, and that's also why I'm not putting monetization on this. So, Gene, one thing I want to say to you first, Gene Fox, what you said about nobody watches your videos because you don't edit them. You do live in a beautiful area of the Adirondacks as well. I think you said you're like an hour away. Him and I were messaging or chatting the other day. He's like an hour away from Mr. Johnson from ADK or whatever. What is it? Yeah, ADK Drones and RC. But yeah, you live in a nice area, so any video you put up is worth sharing. Now, what are you saying about this person? Because I'm sorry, I cannot take this person but for 5 minutes.
Who's that? Oh yeah. I think he was the one who flew from the car.
Okay. Yeah, I can't take him for 5 minutes. Only because on a serious topic, he can't even be serious. Like, I get it. He's a joker. He's an old radio guy. And he lost his job and decided to do full-time YouTube. So he, you know, as a radio guy, you're a personality. You do these little skits and things all the time. And that's all he does. And it drives me insane. I laugh. I find some things funny. But there's times where there's a topic that you want to listen to that's serious, especially representing a product, and then he's always got to be that jokester and goofy guy. And I don't know, just, you know how I am. You know like I'll hyper focus in on the stupidest thing about somebody, and then it'll drive me crazy, and I can't watch. I can't watch. Yeah, like Rick. What I was talking about, Rick.
Oh, yeah.
His videos are too high definition for me. It drives me insane. I'm talking about Rick from Drone Valley.
Yeah.
It's way, way too much high definition in his videos.
It is, yeah.
And
60, 4K 60.
I just got, and let me tell you, I mean, if you thought that I moved my hands, like I watch my videos and I'm like, you know, I do this a lot or this a lot. I mean, I'm moving my hands a lot. And then you got Marcus, who's always like this. Rick's got us all beat. Like Rick's like, whew. La 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 la. It's insane. I can't watch that. So yeah, I get hyper focused on these guys, and Ken's one of them. I see Ken and I'm like, dude, okay, that was funny. Let's stop. You know, like it gets old. But there's guys that really just I must love that because it works. I mean, it's working for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm getting people that say they would buy merch. So I guess I got to work on making some shirts up.
There you go.
Chris is a drone repair guy also. So the t-shirts are valid. If you guys, I tell you what, if I do QC guy logos, that's what will be on the shirt. Would you rather just say QC? Or do you want QC guy?
What is
my little helicopter hat, my little rotary hat that I have on there, stuff like that. If you guys, maybe I'll put a vote up. I'll do a video where I show my different versions of logo, because you might not want QC guy on your shirt. You might just want QC with the slash. I think it's a cool logo. You might just want that. So whatever, we'll figure that out.
So what is Patrick talking about? Drone worship voicemails. What is that?
I have a voicemail from Drone Worship I'd love to share.
Oh, well, is he talking about that? He said, I didn't appreciate Drone Worship's voicemails. I wasn't.
No, I never shared them with anybody.
Oh, okay. So I'm not
So
sure.
maybe Drone Worship, I don't know.
Maybe
What
this is
brought
Drone
that
Worship.
up? What brought that up?
I don't. He wrote a statement in here, like 6 up.
I didn't appreciate the Drone Worship voicemails, but what brought that up before that?
Nothing.
Drone Worship was kicked out of here on our last live. On your channel, wasn't it? No?
Was it?
It was my channel because I cussed, and I won't cuss on your channel like that. But yeah, I said, what the fuck are you doing in here? You lost, and then kicked them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand. But I don't have a voicemail. I have a voice message that he left in private message that I would love to share, but I would never do that. That's the type of thing he does. So Patrick, what was the voicemail? I don't know. The haters in the I'm kind of lost. Maybe it's too much to type. It's a long story. Yeah, but Patrick agreed about he's too much energy. Rick, it's way too much.
Yeah, I mean, he stuffs a lot of information into
that, and when you have to constantly say, the nerd in me, he always says that. The nerd, like when you repeat yourself constantly of those type of things, like, yeah, we have our sign-offs, your peace, I'm peace and love, and his isn't a sign-off. It's like just the same as Idaho Quadcopter. He does the same thing. He's always saying, in the 800-pound gorilla in the room. You know, it's like those type of things. It's like, really? Come on. It's like you just learned the saying and you're going to say it all the time now. I'll tell you who the 800-pound gorilla in the room is. It's not Hubsan. Sorry. So Ken Harron flown the drone while riding in the car at QC Guy. Yeah, see, I don't watch him. I can't watch him, so I didn't see it. Yeah, very rarely will I watch anything of Ken's.
Yeah, I saw it. I was curious when it popped up. I was like, "Oh, okay, all right." But yeah, I was curious. He was flying the FPV drone from the car, following it.
Yeah, so I think that's all that I wanted to hit.
Yeah. I mean,
I think we're kind of reaching the end here, buddy.
Yeah, I think so. I think we've gone as far as we can go. I think
I've stretched my coffee out as long as I could. I mean, I could tap into the next thing I've got here.
Oh, what is that? The moonshine?
The homemade rum.
Oh, okay.
I mean, not rum. Hold on. This one is actually a apple brandy, homemade apple brandy.
Okay.
The guy that was in here earlier that I work with, Vic, his brother, I always say brother. I call them brothers. They're cousins. He works with us too, and he makes it, so I get it off him. I get my homemade hooch and my chicken eggs from him.
Nice.
All right, so no, guys, not moonshine, but here's something. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see the bottom? You can't.
You got sediment in the bottom or something?
Oh yeah, a lot of sediment. You don't want to shake it up. Although, I mean, I've gotten the sediment. It's just thicker. I don't know if you've ever had raw vinegar, straight raw vinegar. It's chunky like that.
Yeah.
It's not even that thick, but it doesn't hurt you. You still drink it. Don't waste
I used
a
to
drop.
drink it. I used to drink like a capsule.
It's supposed to be good for you. It's very good for you.
Yeah, it's supposed to be good, yeah. So.
Yeah, Joe, that hits it. He likes Ken. Like Ken, I could really like, but the shtick gets old. It definitely gets old. It's like,
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I really do like Philly Drone Life, but I can only like sometimes my heart's pounding. He's 100 miles an hour, and sometimes I'm like, okay, I can't. I got to take a break. Like I can't sit through a whole thing because he gets me worked up, man. I mean, he really does. Whatever happened with his whole fine?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Was there ever an update? What the final case? You guys know what happened with Philly Drone Life? What
I have
the
no
final?
idea,
the final? Because I'm sure he's been to court and everything by now.
How long? It's been what, 4 months maybe? I don't. It could. I don't know. It could go longer than that. I don't know. Never know.
Anybody interested in Mavic Air 2 combo? 10 cycles on the batteries, $559. How many batteries on the combo? I was 3.
Combo $559.
Grab it. 10 cycles.
How many? How much is the? Brand new was what, $988?
Yeah, something like that.
Damn,
9 something.
It's crackhead prices right there, bro. What's up?
Yeah, man. I've got one sitting here too. Except it's only one battery because I took the others.
Shoot. Yeah, that's a good shoot.
Anybody interested, grab his and you can go to his channel and see what he shoots. He takes care of his quad. He doesn't have any crazy stuff on there. He didn't drop his from the sky like I did mine. Keep that in mind if anybody wants to buy mine. That thing was perfect. It didn't even have a mark. It didn't even have a mark on it. That thing had plenty of good times after that. So yeah, there's a good deal for you guys. Have you guys seen my DJI FPV intro? I spent 10 hours editing.
Where's that at? Who's that?
Unbox Warehouse. He just popped in here late. Nope, haven't seen it. Go to Unbox Warehouse, look at his DJI FPV intro. It took 10 hours of editing. The first minute of the video?
What?
What?
The hell?
Dude, I got it done. This is going to be clickbait.
I think that's what
he's like, I'm going to pop in this live stream late and catch everybody while they're tired and their eyes are hurting from watching. And I'm going to throw this kind of shit in there and they're going to come to my channel. So yeah, dude, I'll come to your channel and check that out.
Actually, I'm going to see if I can find it.
Yeah, go check it out right now.
Unbox Warehouse.
He looks like a cool dude.
Yeah.
His verdict is coming soon, so he's still waiting for the verdict. I feel like he's spending all his money though. Holy hell, he's got every new drone that's come out, and new tablet, and new phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Better hold on to that bank account, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're gonna bust him for that much. I really don't.
Yeah,
I think the end verdict's just gonna be, hey, we wanted to make a example out of you, and I hope the case is. I hate to see anybody have to spend any kind of money like that, even if he did ignore some of the stuff. Supposedly this went on for a year, but still, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. These are drones. Although one of his videos he went way too high.
Where, around the buildings? No,
I heard I didn't see it, so I'm not going to say what it was, but I heard he went very high live. Like
really?
Extremely high, yeah. So I don't know. I heard a foot value, but I don't know. I can't.
Did you want to show his intro?
You got it.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, it's only the first. Let's see what took 10 hours. I'm not going to
play music though.
Share it.
Well, it's not monetized, right?
No, so, you can play it.
Yeah, play the music. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, we need to be able to feel it and see it.
Yeah, let me see if I can do this. So let me see.
All right, Unbox Warehouse. This better be good. We're putting you in the hot seat. If not, we're going to have to block you out of here of this great, great live broadcast.
Let me see.
Can I take them off screen? Are you good? Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. Share screen. It didn't ask for audio though. Hold on. Some screen.
Okay, so Philly Drone Life's going to put a video out about that. Okay. He doesn't like talking about it anymore.
Okay. share audio, and I'm going to put the screen.
Mikey is great. Yes, he is. He is definitely great. Where'd you go? He clicked on the wrong thing. I can honestly say that when I turn on. I can honestly say that when I turn on YouTube, QC Guy is my first stop. Joel, thank you. Thank you very much. And Joel, you know what? You've always been a very kind person. I hope everything is going okay with you. I know everything that's going on with you, so you're always in my prayers, buddy. So thank you very much for that. What do I look? QC Guy looks kind of like iPhone. I don't even know who that is or what that is. iPhone do? I don't know who that is. Now I'm going out of focus. I don't know who that is. You better not be mean to me. You're going to hurt my feelings. Fresh meats. Not clickbait. No, we were joking. We were joking about it being, I was joking about it being clickbait. We're going to pull it up as soon as Chad fixes whatever issues he's having. There you are, Chad. Hello.
Yeah.
You're frozen again. Exactly the way you were frozen last time.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, you're killing me.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what is going on. Can you hear me?
I hear you just fine.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Every time
Yeah, Corey, that fine was outrageous, and he is still flying crazy. I watched his FPV flights where he's flying over top of the rooftops doing a range test down in Philly, and I tell you what, he was cracking me up. I was laughing so hard at the silliest thing when he's flying over top of the buildings and he added the bells and like boing, 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 like he was hitting the buildings. And I'm talking about Philly drone life. I was cracking up. Those are my favorite videos, I think. I have to check out this guy. I don't know who this creator is. iPhone do. Let me check him out right now real quick. His picture's really dark. I can't tell who. Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah, he's got grayish with black beard. I think his hair's pulled back in a ponytail, though. Oh, yeah, that's my cousin. Yeah, that's my cousin iPhone do. Yep. I never have seen him before, though. I think he's got the Air 2S. All right. Okay, so you weren't picking on me. My feelings aren't hurt. Watch out, Chris Unbox is trying to dename you. Who's Unbox? Oh, the video guy. He's trying to defame me. I don't know.
He's talking about by saying that he looks like
yeah.
you. Okay.
Yeah. No, he's actually legit. You're looking at it, and he seems like a cool dude. Dude, you are so slow. I should have had Corey do it. Where's Corey? Corey should have been in here. He's like, holy shit, dude, that intro is so nice. Okay, now I can I can add it to the stream.
Yeah, I'll just enlarge the screen that way. Because every time I try to switch my monitor or something, it does something.
All right. Unbox Warehouse, we're showing.
Can you see it?
The first minute that took you 10 hours. I can see it.
Okay. We good? All right.
Crank up the volume, guys.
Explorer George Mallory,
Can you hear it?
who was to die
Yep.
on Mount Everest, was asked why did he want to climb it. He said because it is there. Well, space is there, and we're going to climb it. And the moon and the planets are there, and new hopes for knowledge and peace are there. And therefore, as we set sail, we ask God's blessing on the most hazardous and dangerous and greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked.
Hey guys, I'm Mike, and welcome back to Unbox.
Sweet.
Before we get
Yeah,
started,
that's cool.
I'd like to give a shout out.
I've seen his stuff, actually. Now that I see the footage, I have seen his stuff. I definitely have seen your stuff, buddy. Yeah, that is nice. You for hire. Please make me an intro. Have you noticed lately I haven't been putting in my intros? I've only really got the one. I've got those QC ones that pop up, but I've got the one where we land the Zino 2 on my head.
Yeah.
That's one like I use the most, but I need to work on something. That was actually kick ass, and I like the very beginning. I love the very beginning of that. It's nice.
JFK.
And you don't often hear the word God. See, not clickbait. Nope, it's not clickbait. It was very good, dude. Definitely good. I was just giving you a hard time, but that was definitely very good. And I have seen your content. It's popped up. I think you're also, I don't know your real name, but you might be in some groups, because I think that's where I've seen your stuff. Either that or people are just sharing your stuff in the groups. But yeah, actually, I think I showed my boss one of your videos because I like the cliffs and the water. Anything with water. That's it. That's all it takes for me. Show me a video with water. I'm there. Yeah, that was very good. Very good. I'm glad he popped up and gave us that. That's a good. That'll be a good way to close this. What
did he?
Show.
I'm just trying to. What kind of camera did he film the close-up shots with? Like, that was
besides
really,
the
really
DJI, what he shot the other stuff up with. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just trying.
Go to his video and ask in the comments, dude.
True. Oh, well, he's right here right now.
I have been on Original Dobo's channel. Maybe you've seen me there. Now, I definitely haven't seen you on the Original Dobo's channel. I'm not a fan of Dobo, only because I don't go for the whole bad boy. I'm a badass. Call you out. Call you into the streets. Type. That's what he calls it. That's what he calls it. I'm gonna call you out into the street. That's what I do. I've seen some crazy comments from people. They say the simplest thing, and he completely attacks them. And then he's like, "I'm out." He chews them out and then says, "I'm out. That's it. Final word." And yeah, he's got a little bit of anger issues or something. But I don't know. When he flips that hat backwards, he's a badass. Yeah, he's called me out. I mean, all I ever said to him was, "Hey, how about giving back to the community and not sell those 3D printed things? How about just give some away?" And I didn't mean all of them. And then he went and posted it. I showed you. He posted it on his Facebook page. This guy's a jackass. And I was like, dude, did you wake up I think I said, did you wake up wearing the wrong panties today or what? Oh, my God. I mean, he's got a good channel. He's got a good following, but he's just a little bit. I'm a big badass. Like, I'm sure a lot of these people he calls out on the street, if he were to see them in person, I think they would maybe put him in his place. I don't think he's that big of a badass. So,
Adrian,
yeah, but if you were on his show, I didn't see you there. I've seen you probably through your stuff circulating in Facebook groups. People share really good videos, and if you're putting out an intro like that, all your videos are good, then That's where I've seen it most likely.
What's up, Adrian?
All right.
Nice to see you, buddy.
Adrian's in here late. Hey,
Yeah.
Adrian.
He's up.
Adrian, you're here when we're leaving. Now that Adrian's here, we all got to leave.
Yeah.
Just kidding, buddy. Just kidding.
man,
If you look at the counter, we're going on 2 hours and 50 minutes.
Yeah, we've been on for a while. Should have came in earlier, man. We would have had you on. We were asking for volunteers.
Pittsburgh Street Fighter QC guy. No, I'm not a Pittsburgh Street Fighter. I'm Virginia boy. That's how. I'm not saying I was ever a badass, but that's how you met some of your best. That's how people became your best friends. You had a fight first, and you kicked each other's asses, and then you became best friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can name some people that became some really good best friends that we started out fighting in fist to fist, fist to cuffed, or whatever you call it.
Now, Patrick,
it's not an all-nighter. We're done.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah.
I am so sick and tired of looking at your freaking face, Chad.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's been a little while, man.
Yeah.
I got to wake up and
Well,
come
you
right
said
back
we
to the
should.
same spot in the morning.
You said we should do
For
this
work.
more. Well, we did it more in one night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got videos. I got videos to do tomorrow. I got to get rid of some videos I have to do that I don't have to do because I paid for the merchandise, but I feel like I have to do it. Like share my cases. I got a Mini Mavic Mini 2 case I want to share, and I got a DJI Air 2S case I want to share, and it's not Drone Pit Stop.
I was not. Oh.
Nope. I needed something that held a lot of batteries, and I found a good case. I'm very, very happy I got. So I'm going to share a video on that one. And
All right, Corey, man.
I want to do
bro.
my video on DJI FPV filters, but I have no sunshine days. So I haven't been sharing a lot of my footage with that. I've been enjoying some flights out of it when we have had time. I did have one rainy flight with it, and it did fine.
Which one is that?
My DJI FPV.
Oh, the FPV. Okay, yeah.
I'm quite impressed with how I have adapted to that. I am no FPV pilot flipping around and doing anything crazy, but I think I took very well to that quad.
Yeah, you were zipping around in no time, bro.
My very first flight, I was like, I'm not going close to the ground or water, and that's what I did on my first flight. So, my first batteries. All right, guys. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. This has been great. I mean, shit. Right now, we're looking at 34 people here. We had over 50 people in here at once. Everybody just piled in fast. So I know it was the topic of the mini wars. And I hope we covered enough of that very well for you guys. So I hope it was a good night for everybody. I hope everybody enjoyed the interaction in the chat with each other and with us, and that we covered things properly. And always leave a comment if you have any suggestions, and I'll work on that merch. I'm not going to do a lot of stuff, but I'll definitely at least work on some T-shirts and see how that goes. And if that goes well, maybe I'll do some hats. And you guys, those of you that want a decal, I will give you a free decal. So definitely if I work on your quads, you're going to get one. So I try to do that with all of them. I miss a bunch of them though. But thank you, everybody, very much.
And don't forget, reach out to Dale Briggs if you want that Air 2.
Yeah. Let's go back. I'm going to pop that back up there. Don't forget him.
Don't forget.
So
that's a good deal.
Back up there. Yeah.
That's a steal, actually.
Yeah, and go to his channel and check out what he does, and you'll see he's a good pilot, puts out good content, and he's not out there abusing, doesn't have any issues. So you're gonna get a good one if you buy that. So that's a very good deal. What'd you call that? Drug dealer prices?
No, drug deal, but no, crackhead prices.
Crackhead prices. Sorry. No, Dale, he's not calling you. Don't call him.
I'm not calling, but those type of prices, you find, from a crackhead trying to sell something for some drugs or something, But no, I'm not saying he's a crackhead. I'm just
no.
saying that. That's what we call it.
That's funny. All right, guys, I'm going to get ready, get my finger on the in broadcast so we don't sit here looking like da-da-da-da-da when we click it. And again, God bless. Love y'all. Peace and love.
Peace out.
And here we are sitting.